Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Super Soldier Talk. My name is James Rink. For those of you who don't know, I've been doing this for a very long time, and I have a very special guest, Rainetta. We've done many sessions together, videos, and I'm going to say that you're one of my more favorite guests. But it's like, how do you love them all? They're all, to me, well, most of them. So yeah, thank you so much, Rainetta, for taking out some time from your busy schedule to join us here tonight.
Hi, James. Thank you for having me back. How's everyone doing?
Let's see. Let's check the chat. Gabriel says, happy to be on here. Thank you for coming on here, Gabriel. We have Deloa says, hello from Colorado. Absolutely. That sounds like a really great place to be right now. Cleopatra in space. So Cleopatras are a title. So there were many Cleopatras. So that's why there are a lot of people out there who think they were Cleopatra. Well, they could have all been, because there could have been, I don't know how many Cleopatras, 20 of them maybe. And then it could be like an oversoul. So let's see here. Hello, James. Absolutely. Lucy, thank you for joining us from the Atlantic, Canada. Hope you're all bundling up. I guess the weather's starting to warm up everywhere here in the northern hemisphere. All right. So let's go ahead and pull up your bio here. So today we're having a discussion about the ancient rock Akasha, when the rocks cry out. And Renetta's going to explain what that means. So there used to be an ancient Mayan civilization of giants living in the area that now occupies the Chihuahuan Desert. It's basically where El Paso is. That whole strip of land in that part of the world is used to be a tropical forest, but you go back millions of years ago and there were dinosaurs. But we're going to go to a period of time. I think we're going back 10,000 years or 11,000 years. Is that right, Rainetta?
Yeah, about that.
Okay, so at that, Lucy, let's take that off. Yeah, so 11,000 years ago. So North America was tropical or subtropical, and the environment was more moderate and wet. Sorry, guys, I thought I muted that. What's going on? So yeah, and the original inhabitants were taller people. How about how tall, Renetta? What do you think?
Well, we have different degrees, but I'll let you finish and then we'll
okay. Yeah, sorry. We're almost like one more sentence here. So essentially that civilization existed in harmony until a group of Egyptians started showing up, and they were also giants, but some of them were shapeshifters, and we've talked about them on our show. Jimmy Payne discussed about Mengele was experimenting on people in the concentration camps that were not being fed enough, and they shapeshifted into one of these shapeshifters, and they are cannibals. So, yeah, all right. So let's go on here, and they desecrated the land. So that's where the whole sacrifice, because I know it's like, well, wait a minute, weren't the Mayans like? Why would they're being connected to the Palladians and the Syrians and maybe even the ancient Atlanteans? So why are they doing all these sacrifices? And we're going to find out soon. So Rainetta Jones is a native of Trinidad. At the age of 14, she moved to the United States and then attended Martin Luther King Jr. High School in Manhattan, in New York, where she experienced missing time. As a young adult, she had to drop out of the University of Buffalo, where she was studying a degree in molecular biology due to neurological anomalies, which was caused by brain scrambling technologies. When she reached the workforce, she developed two inventions, the iPod and Kindle, and also a novel conceptual hosiery design, all of which was stolen by her Jewish friends that were Russian and Israeli intelligence. They took their ideas and gave it directly to Steve Jobs and Jeff Bezos, and they hashed out a plan to get her out of the country to England so that Rainetta could not contest the stolen technology or be paid. Eventually, she moved back to the United States and began to work as a certified administrative professional at the United Nations and other government agencies in New York City. In 2004, Rainetta met the disgraced fashion designer Peter Nygård, who shapeshifted into a T-Rex reptilian in front of her. Rainetta believes she is an SSP experiencer and has contact with extraterrestrials throughout her life. She is also a medium portal and has communicated with beings from inner Earth. So I got all your contact info there. Oh yeah. Also, guys, click on the link to purchase tickets to the alchemy event. I'll be presenting April 11th through 14th in Los Angeles. So I will look forward to meeting you all in person. Okay, Rainetta.
Okay. First off, yeah, it was great. First off, James, thank you so much for having me back. I love your audience. Okay, they're just like wonderful, very enlightened, very smart people. And I can hit them with some like very complicated, like ancient stuff, and they get it, they run with it, they do the research, they find out, okay, is this true, is this not? So, you know, I really like your audience. And also to James, I just want to tell you, James has been at this a long time. A long time. And I think everyone should give James his flowers. Okay. And give him his roses, because he paved the way for what a lot of people are doing today. And when he started doing it, not too many people believed that this was going on. Okay, so everyone, we should take time and give James some flowers and give him his respect that he's due. Because when no one else would do what he's doing, okay, no one was there to do what he's doing at the time he was doing it. And trust me, I've been around a long time and I've seen it all. Okay, many will come and many will go, and James will still be here. And look, when he started off, it was laughed at, the whole notion of building super soldiers, right? Now you go to YouTube today and you have Chinese super soldiers, you have Japanese super soldiers, you have Russian super soldiers, you have American super soldiers, and this is coming from defense intelligence agencies. Okay? And James was the one doing it all by himself a very long time ago. So let's give James a round of applause and some flowers. How about that? Right?
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Years ago when I first started, the ridicule factor was just, oh my God, it was so bad. I mean, I talked about it before on my show, like people were commenting that they were going to come to my house and throw a brick at my head just to see if I turned into something. And I try to explain to people that we serve in the clone bodies, so you would be probably definitely going to jail if you did that. But yeah, and just it was just so awful. Yeah, but over the years, I just kept at it because I felt like people in our community needed to have a voice because the okay. So let me give you an example. The disclosure community were people that were interested in alien abductions. So you talk to them. So, oh, by the way, the military is abducting. Back then, what we knew is the alien abductee would get abducted by the military. But if you discuss that, oh, by the military has technology to abduct people, they look at you like you're crazy. And so slowly over time, I believe through Super Soldier Talk, we helped awaken the population. Now I want to say all of them. There's still some. Yeah, still some people in that side of the camp that don't want to recognize there is a secret space program and so on. But it doesn't really matter because we're just putting out the testimonies. And Rainetta, thank you so much for the flowers. I appreciate it. Audience members, thank you all. But I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot, and I like to think maybe people still say I still look pretty young. I don't know, but
you look good. Yeah, I wish, before we get started on me, and I'm going to take you down a rabbit hole that's going to blow your mind. James, you should also look into like urban super soldiers, the people they call criminals, because they're super soldiers too, built with technology in their brains and being psychically driven to commit these crimes. And then we just label them criminals. And then when you talk to them about their life, you go, wait, hold on, you're in a government program. Then there's also people who serve underground and under the waters. So don't just stop at space, James. You got under the sea, the soldiers built for underwater terrain, under the earth, and right in your cities. So think about that, James. So James has been at this a long time. And
I
he hasn't changed. The most important thing, people, is he hasn't changed. He's still the same.
like,
Go for it, James.
yeah, I know. Like some people like say, well,
Oh.
James, you just don't have any ego. Well, I think I probably have a little bit ego somewhere. That's usually what the
Mm,
difference between me and some of the others. But it's okay.
mm,
We're all in this together, and I like to just push forward without casting judgments, and let's just
mm.
listen and learn. So
Yeah.
uh,
No, I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying, in terms of like when you deal with him, he's not gonna like shape shift on you. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, guys, let's have some fun today,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
If
I'm the
you
one.
if you go to my Facebook group, you probably know what's going on. But I'm going to
Okay.
send love and light to you. Oh, well, I'm gonna stay in love and light. It
Mm,
doesn't matter what. Anyway, the point is,
mm,
let's make this about you, Rainetta. So we got
yeah.
Till Still. So tell us what is going on.
Okay, yeah. No, I don't know what's going on. All I'm saying is we got to give James his flowers when his flowers are due. Done. Let's continue. Okay, so you guys
Poke,
know, right? What's it?
poke. What is it? Poke Lato.
Okay.
Poke,
Oh, you said it.
polka
Poca
Lato.
clattle.
Polka
Yeah.
Lato.
All right. So, guys, so whenever Renetta disappears, she's on a long journey traveling the information field, right? Right? So there's an information field all around us. How many of you guys know about this? We're gonna have some fun tonight when we talk about this new exciting topic. So how many of you guys know about the information field around us?
So we're talking about like the Akasha, or that what is
Yeah,
it?
like
The
the
aura.
actual the living information field, not the one that's asleep that you have to like literally go dig up, right? So the one that's
So
everywhere.
is this? Oh, I see.
The
The
one where they tap in
conscious,
to get the internet.
okay, the
Right
conscious
around us.
energy field, like chi
Yeah,
energy, sacred
that's
geometry,
it.
all this stuff.
Right. You got
Okay,
it, right?
good.
So whenever you see Renetta disappear for a long time, that's because I'm on a journey, right? And sometimes I don't go on these journeys like honestly, I don't go on the quantum field. You got it. So I don't go on these journeys like looking for a journey. I just get tossed into it, and then I wake up and I'm like, whoa, I never saw that before. So for months, right? So I'm in a new area. I moved to a new area. And for months, the mountains in this area, they've been calling me. Okay. And I'm like, these mountains are calling me. So, anyway, long story short, I decided to go to the mountains, right? And it's better, this story is better told in pictures. That's when I started to see one mountain. I see a face carved into the mountain. Now, I've been tracking beings carved into the mountains for a very long time, thinking they were just carved and lasered into the mountains, just like we carve dead presidents into Mount Rushmore, because that's an ancient practice, right? The Babylonians did it, the Egyptians did it, the Sumerians did it, the ancient Chinese. They all carved themselves, especially in Tibet, Thailand, Philippines. All the ancients had a practice where their kings, their rulers, and priests carved, and their gods carved themselves into mountains, right? If I'm talking too much with my hands, just let me know, right? So I go to the mountains and I'm like, okay, whoa. So I see this, this face in the mountain. Now I'm not surprised because I've been tracking these carvings for about 3-4 years, right? Then I go to the other side of the mountain starts calling me. And then I see even more in-depth facial features. And I'm like, okay, they're trying to tell me something, right? So it wasn't until I went to the mountains on the northeast side of where I live. It's a huge mountain range where I am. So I went to the mountains on the northeast side. And that's when I saw it wasn't just faces carved into the mountains, but it was a whole story. And that was the first mountain that gave me the first message. And then I said to myself, I heard the message. I began to meditate on the message, but I didn't think anything of it until another set of mountains in the same mountain range began to speak to me again. And that's when I realized, I said, whoa, oh my God, it's not entities being carved. It's not carvings in the mountains. Some of these are not carvings, or better yet, lasered into the mountains. No, these are entities that ended up fused in place and then turned to rock. Okay, and today I'm going to tell you some of their story. And not only that, before we start with their story, I want to let everyone know that what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an excursion next year, because the United States is filled with these mountain beings. And I believe that they're waking up and they're telling their story. I'm not religious. But to those who are religious, there's a scripture in the Bible. I'm not religious at all. But when these mountains started to communicate with me, I remember this scripture. And the scripture goes where Jesus said, if you don't worship me, the rocks will cry out. The rocks will cry. I will show you a mountain with tears coming down his tear ducts today. To you and I, to the untrained eye, no, that's not tears. That's a river coming down from the mountain, but I'm in a desert. And it's coming from what we would call tear ducts. So before we start with Tsilt Tsilt, I want to tell you the story of the mountain that started to wake me up to the fact that the mountains are waking up. Okay? Let me just pull it up.
Oh, you going to do it? Is this it? I don't know. I'll let you do it for a minute.
No, I'm going to pull it up first. The first mountain, hopefully I have it up. It's a whole bunch of pictures I'm going to show you. Okay. Yeah, this one here. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, this one first. Okay, I'm going to share my, let me present. I'm going to present, James.
Usually you should, it's not like I have to do anything. It's not like Zoom. You should just be able to just press present. Oh, there you go.
Okay,
so
all right. Do you guys see this? Do you guys see the two eyes?
And it looks like there's a nose. Is that where
That's
the sun
the nose
is?
right here, where the sun hits.
Well, that looks like the mouth that she circled around.
No, that's his nose. His nose broke off.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, remember, he's like millions of years old, right? His mouth is down here. Do you see his mouth? Back up, back up, back up, back up. There you go. Now look. Okay. This is his right eye. My left, your right.
Yeah.
His right. This is his left eye. You see the tears coming down?
And that's like a pharaoh's mask, like.
Yeah. Actually, this looks reptilian. You see the reptilian horn up here?
Huh. Those are like.
In between his two eyes and the reptilian hooded fang.
Yeah. Well, why would the lizards be crying?
Well, here's the thing. To me, because there's a lot going on in these mountains. Because these mountains, they actually tell a story. This is one story. Next to him is another giant, but unfortunately, I didn't realize until later, and he was cut off. This is the nose of the other giant. His nose right here, and this is his tear duct here. You see it? Let's do a contrast. Okay? You guys see it, right? Let me know if you see it. You see the tears?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what he looks like? Who's this guy from Star Trek with the
Klingon guy?
Klingon. There you go.
Yeah.
You see the Klingon horn in the middle?
Worf? Isn't he Worf? Something like that.
You see it? Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Klingon. Yeah. Okay.
Klingon. Okay. Let's do a contrast, right?
There's also the Ferengi that had the wrinkles. I don't know but
yeah, the wrinkles. Well, yeah, and the Dinka. I don't know what space-faring people that is, but the Dinka in East Africa, they have those same scarification. I think that comes from the reptilian, but I might be wrong. Right? Okay, so let's do same picture. Let's contrast it, right? Do you see it now? Same picture, contrast.
Oh.
Move away from the screen.
The rock formation has degraded. I mean, if it was ever 10,000 years ago,
yeah,
You're just seeing like the skeleton of what it used to look like. It'd be kind of interesting, Rainetta, if you had artistic abilities, you could kind of sculpt it
Illustrate.
out.
Yeah, I can't illustrate.
Well,
See, I can see. Illustrate. Oh no, that's somebody else.
well, there was a lady that came on here that could do that.
Mm-hmm.
She could sculpt and all, but
Mm.
I had to take her. I don't know. I took her interview down. It was kind of because she claimed she had an altar called Mr. Beast, and if anybody's been on my show,
Mm.
you kind of know what that's referring to. So it just seemed too weird, so I took it down. But anyway, it's long
Okay.
story.
All right. So my journey communicating with these mountains started with him. So I want to tell you the message he gave me. He was the first one to speak to me. And the message he gave me for humanity was this. I thought when I was going and I saw this mountain, oh, the funny thing is the people don't even know these people have lived here for like when you see the people in my area, you're like, these are indigenous people. And many of them, I don't know if the memory was erased from them because of the Spaniards and then, the America, et cetera, right? But most of these people don't know these giants are here. They know this area was giants, but they don't know they were literally the size of mountains, right? So I'm in this area and I keep going back there because I'm like, oh my God. And one day he speaks to me and he tells me the story. Okay. He says
What,
to me, he said,
who speaks to you?
yeah, him. This is not Sleet Sleet.
Oh, do you know his name? The
No, I
person?
didn't even ask him because I
Oh,
didn't go. Yeah, I
that's who.
haven't been back. Yeah, I haven't been back to that side because I ended up on Sleet Sleet side, and I'm going to tell you her story. But this mountain was the first one to give me the message, and the message he gave me, and I'm telling you, you guys can. I'm going to do an excursion out here. I want you guys to come, and I want you guys to experience this yourself. Okay. The message he gave me was this. When I realized he was crying, I was like, oh my God, he's crying, like what's going on? And he said to me, he said, look, we weren't always fused into rock. He said, we used to move about just like you modern humans today. He said, then they came. He didn't tell me who. He said, then they came. There's two of them next to each other, okay? And I was like, who came? He said, when they came, he said, the first thing they did was they took DNA. Okay. He said, after they took the DNA, he said, that is when there was a war. Okay. After they took the DNA, that is when there was a war and they fought against them and fused them into rock. They were lasered and became the rocks. Now, many of you are going to laugh because 99% of indigenous origin stories, creation stories, have been sidelined, laughed at, called crazy, mocked, and ridiculed. And the indigenous people are, are looked upon as inferior. But when you listen to many indigenous creation stories, they tell you, even the advanced Egyptians, they tell you that their God dwelt in the mountains. They tell you that their gods are the mountains. They tell you to meet God, you have to ascend the mountains. Even the religion of Christianity as we know it today, the majority of the times the people had an encounter with their God, and that includes the Old Testament. So that would be for Jews, their God. How did they meet their God? At the top of a mountain, right? And the indigenous say, not just at the top of a mountain you go to commune with God, but the Spirit of God is there. People, look. So the story, he was the first one to give me the story, but he didn't tell me who. He didn't tell me who. So I was like, oh my God. I was like, the rocks are talking, which goes back to what Jesus said. Now, I don't believe in the Bible. I am not a Christian. But I believe wisdom can be found anywhere, and I don't throw away wisdom from anywhere. Jesus said that the rocks will cry out. That's what it said in the Bible. Here you have a rock with two eyes, a nose, its mouth, and what looks like tears coming from tear ducts. Okay? It's right here. Then you have another mountain here. Unfortunately, he got cut off. And this is his eye and the tear duct, the tear coming out from the tear duct on his eye.
So these what they're, I guess they're not pharaohs, are Mayans.
Aztec.
Aztec.
Yeah. From what they,
break
yeah.
away.
No, these are the people, the beings that came before the Aztec.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
This is when giants ruled the land.
So we're talking people that are like 300 feet tall, the Titans.
Yes, the Titans.
Okay,
This is what the Titans, giants, and then what we call these super civilizations. The super civilizations would be like your Atlantis, your Lemuria, your Egypt, Sumer, Babylon. But there was something that preceded them. Okay? And if you guys don't believe, if you don't believe what I'm telling you, I want you to think about this, okay? Look at the scale of this mountain. Look at the size of this mountain, okay? You don't believe me? Okay. Let's do something here. Let me prove something to you. Okay? What could have built this?
Maybe it seems like maybe some Anunnakis were incorporating the locals as slaves.
No way. No. These, okay, let me show you scale. I need to show you scale. Because let me find it with some people on it. So that way, here we go. These are the people. There's no way regular humans built this. There's none, people. I want you to think. None. You know what built this?
Those are not rice paddies, right? I mean, that's too high altitude for agriculture.
No, these are steps.
For somebody that's probably 30 feet tall.
30 feet tall? No. That's still too small. These are humans down here. The step itself is what? 20 feet tall? No. This was built for these very people. Hold on. Think about it. The Titans. That's who those steps were built for. I think this planet had Titans, giants, Titans. They got shrunk to giants. Giants were shrunken to the super civilization that we know. Atlantis, Lemuria, Mu, Yonaguni. Right? Thank you, Dane. Right? And then they were shrunken to us. Let's look at the scale. Let's look at the scale. Look at the size of this mountain. And I
want to comment something. So Kuso Uch has been on here before. So guys, I just want to say what he said. Okay, so judge what you want on that. But he claimed when he channeled, we did some shows on Tartaria, and he said that there are different worlds, like firmaments within firmaments. And on this very center are Titans that are 300 feet tall. And then there's another ring around that, or about 30 feet tall. And then we got like 10 foot tall, 11, 12 foot, 10, whatever. And then they have, so there was basically wars taking place in inner Earth between the 10 foot tall giants and the 30 foot tall giants. And that's why Tartaria disappeared, because they just dematerialized with some of their technology and architecture. Yeah, but so essentially, I would say we've been in different epochs of history where these giants would have intermingled with the little people, but well, a little.
Okay, so let's clarify something. So we're in the realm of the Titans. Titans, giants, the tall beings, humans. Right? So what we're looking at on the screen, I would classify as a Titan. Right? And if you look at the size of this mountain, okay, and we're going to be doing an excursion to see these rocks, these sacred rocks, and you look at these steps are beginning to make sense. So it's not just one civilization, I think, that preceded us, which they erased. No, 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 no. For example, the Africans said the earth, we were told that the earth was destroyed with one flood. The Africans say the earth was destroyed with 7 floods. So 7 times the earth was destroyed and recreated. And I think, and I'm going to be controversial here, but I believe that the modern day human today are descendants of these titans. I'll show you why. I'll show you it in stone, right? Okay, so let's look at another picture. So I wanted you guys to see that one. Let's look at this one. Okay. Do you guys see the city underneath? These are real pictures that I took. Do you guys see the city underneath?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Look at the mountains. Do you see a lion's mane here? Watch my mouse. Do you see the lion's mane? Do you see the lion's eye? The other eye got degraded. The lion's nose got degraded. It's a mountain. Back up, James. Back up.
I'm just squinting. Yeah, I kind of can see it, but I mean that thing is severely eroded. But if you're psychically tuning or remote viewing it, you're tuning into another time. Can you describe what you see? It definitely see a lion there, and it look like that.
He's partially degraded. This is his eye. This is his mane, the lion's mane. This is his nose. His nose broke off. I mean, he's millions of years old. Okay, you don't see the lion? Let me zoom in. Let's zoom in, James. Don't you see 2 eyes?
Oh, yeah.
A nose and a mouth looking west?
Ah. Those almost look like maybe like a beak or something, like a bird creature. I don't know. Well, it's so eroded. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, I can see.
And don't you see a pyramid on top of his head?
Huh. It almost seems like, is it a headpiece or something?
Yes, a headdress. Yes, Mark, you got it. But now we're dealing with the mountains. Guys in the audience, you don't see 2 eyes, a nose,
Tanya said yes. Yeah, so yes, and we have...
Looking west? Yeah. Right? And he's looking west towards a lion. Okay? Now watch this. There's another lion inside of him. Okay? Like a female lion hidden in his face. You know, kind of like a Picasso abstract, how Picasso would draw a face and then a profile within a face.
So they put cat ears above him? Looks like cat ears.
There's a line. Yeah, there's a line right here. Now, the interesting thing about this is that Credo Mutwa, who was a South African Sangoma, which was a gatekeeper for the South African oral history, right? He said that there was a god who came to earth. His name was Matsieng. Now, I'm in West Texas. He said when Matsieng came to earth, he was carved into the mountain flanked by 2 lions. Okay? Flanked by 2 lions. So here we see Matsieng. Lulu said, I believe in the Titans, but I don't know about seeing them in mountains. It's right here. So some people, let me be honest with you, okay? Some people, you have to train their eyes to see. Okay, train there, because not everyone is a seer, and seeing through rocks, or seeing through trees, or seeing through clouds, sometimes you have to train the person over and over and over to see the different shapes. Yes, Mark, you got it. Yes, off D, you got it. Okay.
So what will be in the center there? There's like a little peak. Is that something
Yeah,
else?
that's a serpent with the head, a cobra with the head. You see it? You see the cobra's head? And look, the cobra's body.
Wow.
Now, you know what's interesting about this mountain? Right here to the right, when you're coming upon this mountain, there's a giant mound.
Oh, but we don't. It's not in this picture, or is that in the center there?
No, it's to the
Looks
right.
like there's a pyramid.
But there's a mound here too. There's a mound here, but there's an unmistakable mound. When you're on the highway coming up to this mountain, there's an unmistakable mound. Okay, and you're like, that looks like a burial place.
Huh.
Right? How many of you see the face of Matsian? Yes, the rocks were once alive, right? We're going to get to Tsilt Tsilt. How many of you see Matsian, the face? Okay, you see the cobra, great. But don't you guys see Matsian? Right here, this is an eye. This is his eye. Look at my mouse. This is his other eye.
Oh, wow.
Two eyes, you seeing it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move down to his nose. This is his nose. Are you seeing his nose? Can you see his nose? Okay, let's go up. So eye, nose. Beautiful. Let's go down to his mouth. He has a wide, flat face. You got it, doll face. He was the first one I saw. Let's get to his lips. You see his lips? Okay. Now, all right, let's do scale. Let's do scale. If these are the houses below in the valley, these are the houses. And we know that a house is usually 3 times or 4 times or 5 times the height of a human being. And these are the tops of houses. How big is this thing?
Okay.
And what could have created this? We've been lied to. Look at the houses down here. I took this picture, people. I took this picture with my own 2 eyes.
The face is about I'm probably not even getting this right. It's probably like 120 to 250 feet.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I didn't get
okay, let's look at scale. Let's look at scale. Okay. All right, let's zoom in. This is a house down here. Let's zoom in.
Okay.
This is a house, okay?
So that's about 20 feet.
Okay, that's about 20 feet, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. One house is about 20 feet, right? Okay, let's zoom in. Watch, my mouse is still on the house. That's 20 feet. Now, what's the size of the valley? The house is here. Look at the size of the valley. This is the valley.
The face begins around 120 feet.
No, if this is 20 feet, and the next house is 20 feet, and the next house is 20 feet, and the next house, this is 100 feet here. 5 houses would give you 100 feet.
And also the scale changes too as you go further back. So it's kind of, it's not like we're doing a two-dimensional linear map. We have to use like a...
Right. Okay, so let's use our imagination. Let's say one house is 20 feet, right? 5 houses would give you 100 feet. So let's go from here to here. That's 100 feet. Let's go from here to here. That's 200 feet. That doesn't even get close to covering the size of this thing. What? 8,000 feet or more.
Well, I mean, probably the altitude of El Paso is probably close to 3,000 feet.
It's 3,000 feet, the altitude. You got it. Now, here's my question. What could have lasered a face into a mountain that's about 8,000 feet? What could have lasered a lion's head into a mountain, and the lion's head is bigger than the face? What could have done this?
I would say a civilization that's more advanced than we are.
Ah,
I mean, I guess we have our Mount Rushmore, but they could probably do it in 20 minutes.
okay. Do you think the civilization that lasered this into the mountain, do you think they were 5 and 6 feet tall? Plasma weapons. Do you think they were 5 and 6 feet tall?
Definitely not.
Okay. Do you think they were 20 feet tall? If a house is 20 feet, do you think they were 20 feet tall that did this?
A little bit of effort, they could do it, but
Okay. Good.
there'll be a little bit of effort for them. But yeah,
Okay.
it seems.
How big do you think the beings were that lasered this into the mountain? And I'm going to take you guys there on the excursion. How do you think how big they were?
Well, I'm gonna go with 300-foot tall titans.
I think so. Titans. I think we're in the realm of the Titans, people. So Earth had a Titan civilization. They were wiped out.
And the
giants came
you,
after.
you said that they when you remote viewed it, it went back in time. Initially, it looks like you went back millions of years, but there were humans with dinosaurs, and the humans were bigger than the dinosaurs.
Yes.
And they were. You said they were like pets.
Yes. When we originally went back, when James regressed me back, Easter Island, you got it. So when James originally regressed me back, he regressed me back so far, we went back to the time when this desert was green. Okay. And during that time, I saw that there were humans alongside predatory animals that you would call, dinosaurs. I'm not trying to yell, guys. I just get excited and then I just raise my voice. It's just my thing, right? So there were humans alongside predatory animals, right? And the humans were so big, titans, that it made the dinosaurs look like pets, right? So we're looking, guys, get the word giant out of your head. Get the word giant out of your head. There was a race before the giants. There was a race before the giants. The race was the Titans. Okay? The race was the Titans, all right? So James, I think I posted it. I think it was the Titans to the giants, to the tall ones or the tall beings, to humans. And we
You said there's butterflies everywhere and they're huge, pale yellow color, looks like a bird.
Yeah. So when James regressed me back to this time when the desert in the southwestern part of the United States was green. It was a green, tropical, lush environment. The butterflies were like the size of like dogs. Yeah, Dane, you got it. The ancient history of this area said there was it was covered under the sea 500 million years ago. So can you imagine, right? So the butterflies were as big as dogs, but there's something to these butterflies as well that ties into the Aztec, not the Mayan, but the Aztec, right? So we're looking at 4 iterations of humans, and I think we are all related to them. Okay, I believe there are those of us who are related to them. And that's why sometimes we feel so out of place. Like, really. Some of us, okay, let me put it to you this way. Let's go back to the Bible, right? Because just to give you a frame of reference, right? So the Bible talks about this guy named Cain, right? Cain allegedly kills his brother, yada, yada, yada. Not that I believe any of this, but I'm just using this as a reference, right? So God banishes Cain, but there's only 4 people in this alleged garden when he created this world. It's Adam, Eve, Cain, Abel. When he banishes Cain, Cain had a wife. Where does wife come from if there were only 4 people on earth? Right? So why is that important to these mountains, and why is that important to us? There are many of us who came from this ancient DNA that was here before Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel. How can you say that? Cain didn't marry a 2-year-old. He married a grown woman that became his wife, which means the grown woman had what? Parents. And where did those parents come from? Parents. If
Yeah,
we
that's why
know,
go to
yeah.
church. You're not allowed to question that kind of stuff. Well, who are all these other people? Are they gods? You know, like, wait a minute. There are other humans that still exist. Yeah.
Now,
So
watch this. Watch what was said about Cain when he was allegedly marked. Listen carefully to what was said. It said, your descendants would become mighty men. What? What was said of the Titans? What was said of the giants? They were the mighty men of renown, mighty in brain mass, mighty in height, mighty intelligence. Okay? Let me prove a point to you. Let's go back to Cain, right? I'm not insulting anyone's religion. I want you to think. Now look at this. If we know Cain and Abel stopped 1 generation prior, Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve, they stopped at Adam and Eve. Cain and Abel only had 1 generation prior, Adam and Eve, right? Cain gets banished, but he finds a wife. Okay, his wife was an adult, right? His wife had a mother and a father, right? The mother and the father had a mother and a father. Whoa, 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 whoa. That means Cain's wife's bloodline is older than Adam's bloodline, is older than Eve's bloodline. What was that bloodline? Titans. Titans.
interesting. Well, I remember a few years ago, I reached out to people in my community that have some inside information, and they reported that the Shaw House were the descendants of Cain. So Shaw House is a facility located under the city of London, stretched out for miles, and it's partly in a pocket reality where they're responsible for, you know, that thing when your car is stuck in what? Yeah, it's that kind of thing, human involvement. So yeah, pretty much pretty bad group, but
yeah, I get you. I get you. So I want you guys to think, I want you guys to wake up your pre-Adamic DNA. That is why I'm doing this. That is the DNA. They, you know, the beings that love us on this planet, and they love us, our health. They want us to be healthy, right? That DNA is the DNA they never want to wake up. Think about what I just said, right? Here's another mountain in my area. Let me know when you see him. Do you see it?
we're talking about the profile as his face looking up.
Yep, his right eye, his left eye, his nose, and his mouth.
So you really kind of you would see that as you're coming down from outer space and one of their
Yes.
vehicles. I mean, I guess
You
they
guys,
could teleport.
Lulu, you don't see? Okay, Lulu, follow my mouse. Follow my mouse. Back away from your screen. Okay, right eye. Okay, move across. Left eye. Nose. Mouth. Okay, his bottom lip is white. Do you see it? The lips are obvious, yep. Some people you have to train to see. You see it? you can go to the bus station, look up, and he's right there. And as the sun moves into this across the sky, he starts watching you. Clear as day. You literally see the pupils in his eyes watching you. Okay? Okay, no problem, Lulu. That's okay. You can always go back and watch the video. So that's another being, mountain being in my neighborhood. Okay? Hold on. All right. Now we're going to get to Tsilt Tsilt. Oh, before we get to Tsilt Tsilt, I want to show you this video of this one. All right, let me know if you guys see it. See this one. You guys see? Okay. His left eye, remember, these are mountains and they're millions of years old. Okay? His left eye cratered. Okay? His left eye cratered. So you see the mountain, the rocks collapsed, and his left eye cratered. I live in West Texas. Can you guys see his face? Press 1 if you can see his face. I'm going to play a video for you guys to see it.
That thing in the middle almost looks like a gorilla. Almost.
Yeah, he looks like a hybrid. Exactly. Oh, I have the big ones to show you, okay? I'm going to play a quick video for you. All right? Okay, you see it. Mark, you're trained to see. Anyone else see it? We're going to play the video because I want you guys to see this, right? All right. Okay, we're going to play the video. I took this video. Now watch him in motion. He's going to come alive. He's going to start staring at you. Look at his eyes. Do you see him staring at you? Do you see his eyes begin to stare at you? Look at his face. Yes, he's a hybrid. He looks part human. Remember I told you, carved into these mountains. Okay, they're telling a story of hybridization. All right? You want me to play that again? It's only a couple seconds.
It looks like the profile behind his head is pretty large.
Yes.
Like a really large head or whatever that thing is.
Because he's a continuation of a mountain. Oh, wait, I have some stuff to show you guys. You guys are going to be like, oh my God, Rainetta, what on earth? Okay, we're going to play it again, right? No, these are not pareidolia. These are carvings. Yes, he's eroded. By the way, you ready for this? There's a military base located near all these sites. You see his eyes open? Let's go back and look at that. I want you to see, hold on. I want you to focus here. You're going to see his eye literally open and start staring at you. Okay? All right, let's try this again. Focus here.
So while you do that, I'm gonna read some of this on our notes.
Okay.
You say that these people lived in harmony with nature. So then pharaohs came here on top of the Aztecs' high civilization with lasers and other radiation weapons. And then the red-haired giants were the result of their DNA manipulation of the Aztec giants, and they became cannibals. So that's why there was references of Native American stories where even like the Timiocan tribe, which disappeared, which is like Florida, Brunswick Island, going up north, that whole area, that region of giants, red-haired giants, about 9 feet tall. So that was part of the genetic experiments. But so Retta, hold on a second. I got one. Let me read this one sentence here. 2 sentences. There's a whole world underground. Large parts are forbidden because of the energy field surrounding these areas. The human body can't withstand the density inside these facilities and it would crush people like a can. This is where sacred items are stored. The lizard people that came in, the shapeshifters that came in through the pharaohs, can't steal them because it's a denser energy than their energy field. So it's like being at the bottom of the ocean. So these artifacts and relics still exist down there. Can you comment about that?
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to get to the story of Tsilt Tsilt, right? Because James is like, Renata, hurry up. Too many mountains. But James, you got to see the comments of the people in your group, man. They're like, what the hell? Okay, guys, before I tell you the story of Tsilt Tsilt, can we agree we've been lied to?
I
Yes.
would go over there. That would seem a good, fair assessment. It seems intentional, not like, oh, not accidental, like
Yes.
ignorant or anything. But yeah,
I think we've been lied to on purpose. Now, this, my dear, is Tsilt Tsilt. But I wanted to build up to Tsilt Tsilt because I wanted to show you guys something spectacular. And James is like, hurry up! What do you think?
So yeah, so I see like it looks like a woman there, maybe like a hat on her head.
You see
Eye,
her. You see one eye is faded and one eye is
oh,
darker.
well, I see. I just see that round area that looks like her face right there.
Right, but okay. Think Picasso. Think Picasso. Okay, let me show you. You see this whole area? Now this is a mountain, right?
And then she has a baby next to her on her shoulder. I don't know.
Okay. You see this whole area? That's a face. Okay, follow the mouse. Let me zoom in. Okay. Now you're gonna have to back away from the camera, back away from your screen, because if you're too close to your screen, you're not gonna be able to see. Okay. All right. This is her right eye. It's faded for a reason. When you're standing close to her, she begins to communicate with you. I kid you not. This is her left eye. Okay? So let's follow. Right eye, left eye. Does everyone see her eye? Her eyes. Press 1 if you see her eyes. This is her here. And she's wearing the traditional headgear. Okay? All right. Now, she's indigenous to this region. So which means she has a bone protruding on the nose. The nose bridge. You see this here? Do you guys see the nose bridge? Okay.
I mean, this thing would be severely eroded, but we're gonna take your word for Rainetta, so you can remote view it and tell us.
Okay, and this down here is a mouth. Now, I want to show you something else. Okay? Be patient. I want you to see this. This is the same mountain, but I twisted it to the side. Do you see a face looking down with eyes wide open? Let me zoom in. Do you see a face with eyes wide open? You see the eye?
Yeah, it looks like she's wearing like one of those Russian hats that like or circular fur cap or something.
This is her hair. Her hair was short. This is a sacrifice.
Huh. Oh no.
Yes.
What are we seeing? Fire? Like
she was sacrificed, and there's a story behind this.
Oh, that's right. The Tsilt. Okay, go ahead.
This is Tsilt Tsilt. Okay. So let me go back and show you. This is the mountain of Tsilt Tsilt. Her name, I'm going to break it down for you that she told me. I don't speak Aztec, but I'm going to try to break it down, okay? Tsilt Tsilt, Tsilt Tsilt, Tla, Po, Ka, Tla, To. Okay? That's the name she gave me. I don't speak Aztec, so I can pronounce it for you. Tsilt Tsilt Tlapocatlatl.
Tsilt Tsilt Tlapocatlatl.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay? So her name is Tsilt Tsilt Tlapocatlatl. Okay? This here, look to your right, follow my mouse. This is lasered into the mountain. Her story of what happened to her. Okay? This is one angle, same mountain. Okay? You see here the street lights. By the way, this is next to a veterans hospital. These lights belong to veterans hospital. Okay, this whole area is military.
It probably goes under into an underground facility.
Bingo.
This veteran hospitals probably are all connected.
Bingo. Yes, Eastern Utah, Moab. Yes, 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 yes. Everyone talks about Eastern Utah, Moab. Okay, so this whole mountain, so let's start from the beginning. The whole head, follow my mouse, it's Tsilt Tsilt. In Tsilt Tsilt, left eye tells the story of what happened to her. This is the story of what happened to Tsilt Tsilt. Now I turn the angle on the camera. You see, look, you see how look down here. This is my mouse, look down here. You see the cars are on an angle? They're not going up a hill. I twisted the camera so I can emphasize here. Look at this. Do you see the two eyes? Do you see the nose? Do you see the mouth? And she's being hanged. She's not looking over her shoulder. She's being hanged and she's looking down. Okay? The question is, why was Tsilt Tsilt to clap Tsilt Tsilt clap pocket clackle? Why was she hanged? She told me her story. The most amazing thing about Tsilt Tsilt, and I think I have a video. Okay? The most amazing thing about Tsilt Tsilt was this. She told me her story. As the sun moved, her eyes began to change. And while it was moving, she began to communicate. And I want to take people there on an excursion to see this. If you look in Tsilt Tzilt's head, there's another face here to the side. Another face here to the side. Okay? So it looks like two people were hanged together. And she told me the story. She said, listen. She said, the Egyptians came to this area. Okay? Many moons ago. She said, when they came, they taught the people in this area high civilization. Okay? She said, then they left. Okay? She said, then another group came. She said, they looked like Egyptians, so we let them in. She said, listen carefully. After they got our DNA, she said, they told us, this is the way you worship God. And they introduced blood sacrifice.
Cattle mutilations.
Yeah, and I can tell you how they practiced the blood sacrifice. She said they would slit the cattle. Funny enough, West Texas is known for what? Cattle industry. Okay, you see how far back these things go, right? She said what they did is they slit the cattle from ear to ear, and then the blood would spew out. Okay, she fought against this. She said, no, this is not the way we were taught. And she resisted it. She said, she told me, she said, Rainetta. Well, she didn't say Rainetta because she didn't call me by my name. She said, we thought they were Egyptians. Listen carefully. She said, we thought they were Egyptian. She said, and she told me, she said, your problem. And she told me, tell the human race, their problem is not with the human people of a specific group on earth. She said, your problem is with the shape shifters among them. Okay? Now, regarding evil pharaohs versus good pharaohs, listen to what she said. She said, there were pharaohs, but then there was a group, the red heifer group, you got it. She said, then there was a group that came after them, pretending to be pharaohs. She said, what they did, pay attention carefully, because this is what's happening today. And she told me, tell the people this. They come for the DNA. And after they get the DNA, she said, then they exterminate. She said, the way they come is they come looking like your people. They come looking like my people. She said, when they came, we thought they were pharaohs, so we let them in. She said, it was until they told us the gods require blood. She said, I resisted it. And this is what they did to her. They bound her up and hung her.
Was
Okay?
that Quetzalcoatl?
No, Quetzalcoatl. Now that,
Quetzalcoatl?
okay. So,
swim servant. He was known as a shapeshifter and would consume blood.
no, that wasn't Quetzalcoatl. That's Tezcatlipoca. That's his brother who was the blood consumer.
Oh.
Yeah. Many people say Quetzalcoatl was the one who consumed the blood. No. Quetzalcoatl and his brother Tezcatlipoca were both born of a virgin mother. Okay? Did anyone hear what I just said?
Oh, interesting. So it's a genetic manipulation.
Uh-huh. Yes, Tanya.
Immaculate conception.
Yes, that's where it came from. That's where it came from. And you see, today, the region is a cattle region today, right? So, Tezcatlipoca and his brother Quetzalcoatl, his twin brother, hey, didn't Jesus have a twin? Anyway, were both born of a virgin. Okay? Tezcatlipoca, he demanded blood as a form of worship. Quetzalcoatl was about elevating the human race. Now, here's what they tell you on Google. Quetzalcoatl is the one who wants blood, and then they never tell you about Tezcatlipoca. Okay? Now, look at this. Hold on. Two twin brothers, born of a virgin. One wants blood and hates humans and gets their DNA and then tries to kill them. And the other one tries to save the humans and elevate the human race. Doesn't that sound like Enki and Enlil?
Well, what about Cain and Abel?
Cain and Abel, Enki, Enlil,
These
Lucifer.
archetypes.
Okay, now watch this. Why is it that the ancient Aztec have a story 8,000 miles away from Sumer, from Babylon, of two brothers born of a virgin, at war with each other? One wants the human race to practice blood sacrifice to the gods, and the other says, no, no blood sacrifice. We elevate the human race and we teach them high science and high knowledge and how to build a civilization. Enki and Enlil is Sumer and Babylon. Tezcatlipoca and Quetzalcoatl is Aztec. Whoa, 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 whoa. But it gets even crazier. I'm going to show you all of this in stone. Show you all of this in stone. Show you all of this in stone. So this is the story of Tsilt Tsilt. So before we move on, Tsilt Tsilt wanted me to tell you, you people of Earth, she said, you people of Earth are in a dangerous place. She said, because they have taken
your... She said, yeah, the sensors. Just
no, I'm not near. Yeah. Because of the DNA. Okay? They have your DNA, and she said, once they take the DNA, the second part is extermination. Okay? She said, it is time for the human race. And this was the thing. She fought. She was one of the last fighters to stop blood sacrifice in this area. And she told me, she said she lost because the shapeshifters, this is what they did to her. They hanged her. Okay? They hanged her. She said her people carved her into the mountain. Hold on. Sorry, you can see the government building here. I should have cut it out. You see the size of this? Look at this. Look at this. You see how huge the government building is? I mean, I should have cut it out, really. But you can't really see too much, right? Now, look at the size of the building. And look at the size of... How big is this thing?
Well, perspective and distance is kind of hard to tell. I would say the mountain looks smaller, I guess, than the other ones.
No, the mountain is smaller than the other ones, but look at the size of this building and look at the size of that. I can tell you this one here is about half a mile. Okay, half a mile, people. Maybe even more. Okay.
From the base level, from the ground.
Yeah, from the base to the top. Yeah, elevated. Half a mile. Now, here's a question: what could possibly have carved this 10,000 years ago? 6,000 years ago?
I mean, based on how eroded it looks like a. I mean, you know the story, like the Sphinx, right? In Egypt, there were studies shown on it how, of course, the nose was recently carved into it, but it was much older. It's about they're estimated 50,000 years old from a time when Egypt used to have more moisture.
Yep.
So I would assume, I guess maybe this part of the world might have had more rainfall.
Yeah, it did.
The climate probably slowly degraded after these wars.
After the wars, yeah. The wars.
So how about this?
Yeah.
You want to talk about Crystal Del Rey?
Oh, Crystal. Oh, I didn't pull up a picture of Crystal Del Rey. Let me close these out. Before I get to Crystal Del Rey, I have a goodie I have to share with you guys. Can I please? I'm gonna get to Crystal Del Rey.
Now that looks like a mining operation.
Okay.
Like it's been strip mined.
Okay, this area is a mining operation, but this is not a mining operation. Do you guys see noses looking up to the heavens? Okay, let me show you. Nose, 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 mouth, 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 mouth.
It certainly could have been faces a long time ago.
Eyes. Eyes. You see them? Let's try this again. Follow the mouse. The mouse. Nose, 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 nose. Yeah, they look like Olmec heads, or they look like Easter Island. The skulls, Easter Island, looking up.
Well, yeah. Well, if you look at this, move your mouse up to the left.
Okay,
the top.
left.
I see that. Looks like there might be a face profile there looking upwards.
Yeah. Especially this one. This one you can really see the eye, his nose. You see it? 4 faces. You got it, Dana. I took this picture myself. Okay. What was in this area? Yes, it looks like the Easter Island stone carvings, except these are mountains. Okay. These are the mouths. These are the nose, 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 nose. Got something? Okay, had to show you guys that. We're gonna get to the story. Promise we're gonna get to the story. But I have to show you guys this. Okay. So this, as you can see, this is the road. Okay. This is the road. So you see, I tilted the camera. Let me pull up the video. Okay, I got to show you guys the video. Hold on. Because I thought I saved the video and it looks like I didn't. Okay.
So it looks like kind of like a pharaoh, like a little beard thing coming out. I see. It almost looks like gray eyes, kind of wrap around. I don't know, almond eyes, but.
Okay. Hold on.
You can see a headdress, and there's that little snake thing that comes up.
All right. Do you guys see Akhenaten? Let me know when you see him. All right, let's break it down. There's Akhenaten and Nefertiti in here. It's not just one. Remember what Tsilt Tsilt said. This mountain is Tsilt Tsilt is on the south side. This is the same mountain where Tsilt Tsilt is on the east side. Same mountain, right? And remember what Tsilt Tsilt said. The pharaohs came here. They taught us high civilization. They impregnated, had children here.
Is that
Then
the
they
same?
left.
Is that the same Kemet civilization that occupies El Dorado?
Yeah, same civilization.
And then they left.
Same civilization. They came, they intermingled, taught them high civilization, they left. Guys, whenever there's a military base, militaries and Catholic churches do not put their bases and their churches in just any old place. If there is a military base there, there is an underground civilization there. If there is a Catholic church on top of something, Catholics build their churches on top of ancient mounds, ley lines, or ancient civilizations. They don't build it anywhere else. Right? All right. So let's look. There's two faces in here. Two faces. One is male, one is female. The male's eye, follow my mouse. Follow my mouse. Okay? The male's eye is up here. Press, everyone type 1 if you see the male eye. Follow my mouse. Yep, Dane, you got it. Okay, this is the eye of the man. Okay?
Okay.
I
mean, it's really severely eroded, that spot, but yeah, I guess there could have been.
Let me move the mouse. You see the eye? Look, as we zoom in, you see it?
Oh, I see. Okay, it's just
all right.
Shadows of light. Understood.
Right? Okay, watch this. I'm going to show you the male's profile. Watch this. Eye, nose, mouth, pharaonic beard. You see that? You see the pharaoh's beard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the male. Inside is the female. Now we're going to the female's eye. Let me zoom in. Do you see the female? Do you see her eye? You see the Egyptian eye?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Okay, now let's go to her. Her face, her eye goes nose. Her nose is straighter, curves down, and her mouth is higher. You saw the female?
Okay.
Okay. Now,
so
that.
What can you tell us about the being that facility below? I guess who does it belong to?
All right, let me play the video, and we're gonna get to that part because James is like, "Woman, hurry up!" Sorry, James. Okay, let me play the video. Same mountain. I took this video myself. Same mountain. Do you guys see the mountain? Everyone press 1 if you see the mountain. Quickly, because James is like, hurry up, woman. Sorry, James.
Saying here, cemeteries and golf courses on top of buried ancient and Tartarian sites. 80% of golf courses are military.
Yep. Military. And rivers. Okay, we're going to play the video, right? You guys are going to see something crazy. Okay. Let's do it. Ready? Let's play. Now, that's the street, right? Watch me tilt. That's the mountain. You're looking at the mountain. Okay. I'm trying to find the right angle so you can see Pharaoh. I begin to tilt. Are you beginning to see Pharaoh appear on your screen? There is a third face. The third face is the child. Boom. Pharaoh. Do you see him? Look at this.
He's not exactly smiling, is he? But
no. Stop. Let's stop there. Do you see that?
Where are you pointing to?
Oh, sorry. No, I wanted to show you. You see his chest?
Oh, wow. Interesting.
You see his chest? Okay, let's continue.
I guess they
zoom out. Oh. You see his chest? And his chest merges into breasts.
Rainetta, can you get footage of the other side of this mountain so we can see?
Oh, hold on. Can you get to the other side? Okay, Ah, shit. I don't think there's a pass on the other side.
Can we get some four-wheelers when we go out there?
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to do an excursion so you guys can come see the Obama. Corbin said it's Obama. That's what I said when I saw him. I was like, Obama. Okay, sorry. Okay, James. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. I do know you can go four-wheeling here, not in the state park, because this is a state park, right? And guys, you know, state parks are built on ancient ruins, right? You guys know that. I don't have to tell you guys that, right? Right. Look at this. All right. Let's continue. Zoom. You see his chest?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. His chest, because it's male and female in one, his chest merges into breasts like women. Why? Because Nefertiti, his queen, and him are one, not transsexual.
Hermaphrodite.
No. Because they're married. You understand? So what they do is they remember. Okay, you know how they say in Christianity, the two become one. It doesn't mean one sex. It means that when a man enters a woman, they become one to produce a child. Okay, not man cuts off. Anyway, you know how that goes, right? And look, when you look at the mountain, right? Now you see, it looks like Pharaoh. This is his chest. His chest merges into breast because his woman, his female, is in him. It looks like she's pregnant.
Yeah, I might notice a little belly there. I don't think they would have been overweight. Then they didn't have GMO. Well, maybe it was GMOs. They wouldn't have been eating them though.
So someone will wrongfully interpret this. They would look at this and interpret this as, oh no, he's a transsexual. No. That's not what they're saying. They're saying male and female, they come together as one. You see what I'm saying? And when the male, guys, I mean, this, come on, we know this. When the male have sex with the female gets pregnant, the two DNA becomes one. That's what it's saying. The two DNA. Remember what Tsilt Tsilt said? Tsilt Tsilt said, the pharaohs came. She mated with the pharaoh. They produced offspring in this area. Then the pharaoh left. This mountain proves that she did it. Look at this. The mountain looks pregnant.
Oh, wow.
You guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay, I can tell you from here to here, I actually walked this. This is a mile. That's not from his neck to the rest of his body. From his chin to the crown of his head is 1 mile.
Oh, that's a big guy. Oh.
Okay. We're dealing with titans.
Lasers.
Okay. Okay, so let's get to underneath. What are your questions, James? Because James, yes, I believe this is the mound part. There's a mound in front. So the answer off D. In front, there's a mound, and I believe the pregnancy is a mound.
There's going to be some treasures down there, but they're in another density, so.
Yep. And this, oh, by the way, when you shoot from this angle, you can see his shoulder. This is his shoulder right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted you guys to see that. Okay, I got everything. So let's get to, I can stop presenting because I showed you everything. There's a whole lot more. Oh, I got to tell you this story.
All right. What is
this one? We have to go to this one. And then, James, I'm going to answer all your questions about underground. Am I driving you crazy, James?
Well, I see. It looks like two eyes are closed.
Oh, James, you got it.
Little crown on the top of the head.
You got it.
She's sleeping or he's sleeping.
You got it.
I think it's a woman, though.
It's a pharaoh.
Okay, well.
It's a pharaoh. Don't you see the pharaonic crown?
Well, it looks like there's like people dancing like on a crown shape. You know, I see like they're
at the top. That's a gray. At the top. James, am I driving you crazy? Or you got a couple more minutes?
Oh, no. We still got some. We're good. Just so tell us what do you think this is?
Okay. This one is deep in the desert. The West Texan desert. Oh, Up London TV. You can see Up London said, that's Pharaoh. That's Pharaoh, guys. That's Pharaoh. This one is deep in the West Texas desert. Okay. You see his eyes? Okay, let me tell you the story. You see the pharaonic crown? Okay, I was deep in the West Texas desert, cattle country. We come up the hill, and at the top of the hill, about 2 miles out, is this gargantuan mountain that looks like a step pyramid. It is bigger than the mountain of Tsilt Tsilt. It is bigger than the mountain of Mayan. Okay? He's so big, he can't, listen, he's so huge, he can't even fit into the camera. The mountain looks like a step pyramid. So I began to talk to someone in the area about this mountain, and they told me, listen carefully, the history, the ancient history of this mountain was when the pharaohs had a battle with the serpent race. The serpent race who wanted to shed blood. Okay? And what happened is the pharaoh lost because he didn't want bloodshed. He didn't want the human race learning about bloodshed. So there was a war on this planet to stop blood sacrifice, people. And the war led to this planet being destroyed and recreated, destroyed and being recreated, destroyed and being recreated over and over and over again because of that bloodshed. There were civilizations that fought against that blood cult. And the story of this, they actually call this a pyramid. They don't call this a mountain. Okay? They said that the pharaoh who was here in West Texas, what you call West Texas, fought against a giant serpent. He was another one. The serpent slashed him across his face. This is the gash you see on his face. Do you see the gash? You guys see it?
Oh wow! So she must have died a pretty brutal death, or he.
A gash across the face, and then another gash across the face. Okay.
So it looks like they were like trying to sabotage it.
Yeah.
And
now,
the shapeshifters came.
Absolutely, that was the story. So we had ancient civilizations fighting the race of the blood sacrificers. And this has been going on for millions of years. And they've been losing. Okay, they've been losing until. Okay, now let me tell you something interesting. When you pass by this mountain, I have another picture. Okay, when you pass by this mountain, it looks as if he's watching you like this. And he's tracking you. I kid you not. Okay, now let's get to underground. Okay, because James want to get to underground. So James did a regression on me to find out, hey, what's going on in this area? So we went back so far in time. I can leave this picture up so you guys can see this, okay? We went back so far in time.
Millions of years ago.
Millions. When this area was lush green desert. And I kept seeing butterflies. And I said, James, I keep seeing these gigantic butterflies. So then James said, okay, Rainetta, we got to fast forward. We got to come out. You went back too far. So he brought me back into more recent history, looking between 10 to 100,000 years. And we go under Tsilt Tsilt. Now, when we went under, I want to tell you guys this. When you go underground, the energy underground, your spatial awareness underground is totally different. Okay? So you can be underground thinking you're under Texas when in fact you're in New Mexico or you're in Arizona. Okay? So we go underground and we come upon this room. And James is like, oh my God, Rainetta, be careful. I'm like, okay, whatever. And it was shielded. It was shielded with this type of shielding that emitted this frequency, stay out, stay out, stay out, stay out. So we penetrated the shield. I felt like that shield was put there by the military because this whole area is military. And always remember, militaries always build bases on ancient ruins for the technology underground. Yes, like the ancient war in Africa that took place in West Africa and North Africa. You got it right. And the ancient war in India and the ancient war in Mount Kailash. Okay? There was a war on this planet for the human race against the blood sacrificers, and they lost until. So James is like, okay, Rainetta, let's go into the room. So we go into the room, penetrate the room. Of course, I see these gold artifacts. I'm like, gold again? I'm like, no one is going to believe me, right? So James is like, okay, Rainetta, walk around the room until I came to this giant.
Well, wait, hold on a second. So what did the artifacts like? What civilization were they?
Okay.
Aztec. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So the artifacts were gold figurines. Okay. The gold figurines looked like a combination of Mesoamerican, Mayan, Aztecs, Egyptian. So Mesoamerican, Egyptian. To me, this speaks of a super civilization. Okay. I believe it was one super civilization. You know, kind of like the New World Order, what they're trying to build, a super civilization, right? So I'm like, okay. I tell James, I was like, James, gold again. No one's going to believe this. Okay. But he's like, Rainetta, focus, focus. I'm like,
And
okay.
it's probably that special living gold that the King Oban talks about. That's got different properties, alive.
Let me tell you the funny thing. The funny thing is, this region of Texas is an ancient gold region.
So it was initially founded by the Anunnaki to have slaves. Is that how it began? Or
No, I don't think I wasn't told that. But remember, there's a story with Tezcatlipoca and Quetzalcoatl. Okay?
said Mesoamerican ancestors are tied to the Olmec. The
Yes.
Olmec is said to be branched off from the Kemet.
Yes. And that is what you see. That's the interesting thing, because that's what Tsilt Tsilt, Tlapoca Tlatl, that's what she told me. She said that the Egyptians came here, taught us high civilization. We married, we interbred with them, and then they left. She said, and then the snakes came, right? So back underground, because I got to show you guys this. Now, let me tell you something. When I regress remote, that's when you go under regression and then you're using remote viewing. So it's psionic, right? When I do it via regression, I never study the civilization. Let me make something clear. I never study the civilization. I'm going to take this down.
And I also don't ask leading questions. At least I don't think I do. But
yeah, no.
I'm going into trance too when I do it. But.
So I want people to know that I never do. I don't read books. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you're ignorant for not reading books. I said, no, I have to do the work first. Then I go find the research. So that's why I don't read. Okay. I do the reading after, because I don't want anyone to say I was influenced by their knowledge. And I don't want anyone to say I stole their knowledge. Okay. Because you know how people are, right? You saw me. And I'm like, I don't even read, because I don't want anything to color what I'm going to see. So I'm under there, right? So James is like, so I'm like, James, God, gold again? No one's going to believe this. So James is like, Rainetta, focus.
And there are Egyptian artifacts in there.
No, it's merged. Mesoamerican. So the genetic archetype of people in Mesoamerica mixed with the genetic archetype of the people of Egypt. Okay, so it's two. Okay, all right. So James is like, okay, Rainetta, get it together, walk around. So I start moving around. I said, James, there's like a giant sun gate. It's a black sun. Okay, he goes, a black sun? I'm like, yeah. I said, James, there's a black sun. I said, the stone is jet black. This black sun looks like it should have been spinning, but it's fused into the wall. Okay, it's a black stone that once the stone is polished is very shiny. It's not silver. Okay, it's a black stone.
Does it look like the Aztec sun symbol?
Yes, it reminds me of that, right? It reminded me of that, but also it looked like it had hands and it should have been spinning, but because it's fused into the wall, okay, it's like someone chiseled it or lasered it into the wall, right? Okay. All right, I'll go to any mountain, and I want to start, like, I want to talk about these mountains. These mountains are so spectacular. So I'm like, James, so there's this black sun under here. So James is like, a black sun? I'm like, a black sun? But
like,
oh my God, that's it.
does it
Okay.
look like, does it look like any of these? Like,
yeah, it looks like that, but it has more arms spinning. Oh, stop right here, right here. Oh, stop. Okay, you see the second, top, left. Okay, black, right.
oh,
That black and white one.
oh gosh.
Okay,
This one.
okay, you see how that has arms, like it should be spinning. It reminds me of that, but it's clearly like this one, Mesoamerican religious sun, the orange one.
Orange one.
Yeah, down,
Where?
down, right there.
That?
It's like that. Yeah. Oh, you see how that has arms? Like that.
Like right over here, this thing.
Yeah, and the other four blocks.
I don't know.
The 4 blocks. In
There's,
between
well, yeah,
that. Okay. You see that? It looked like it should be spinning.
Okay. And it was black. It was black color. Oh.
Jet black. Shiny black. Jet shiny black fused into the wall, right? So James is like, hey, Rainetta, what do you think happened here? The sense I was getting was that the military came upon this. Okay. Now, let me tell you something crazy about this. The area where this thing is located has gravitational anomalies, meaning that what you consider, and I consider gravity, which pushes things down, okay, there's somewhat of a suspension of gravity, meaning you're not being pulled. And I know people are going to argue with me like gravity doesn't exist, it's electromagnetic forces. Guys, I am not arguing. Whatever you call gravity, whatever you call it, I don't care, whatever. What it does, that black stone, I don't know if it's alien, I don't know if it's from Earth, but it's a black stone, and when it's polished, it produces a type of anti-gravity, some sort of anti-gravitation. It messes with the gravitational field. So much so that it can create gravitational anomalies above ground. Okay, funny enough, when I came out of the regression, I went to go look for gravitational anomalies in this area. And remember, where I am, literally like a couple of miles from me, like 10 miles from me, is New Mexico. Ready for this? New Mexico, which is like 10 miles from me, has a lot of gravitational, in Las Cruces, gravitational anomalies. I kid you not. There were papers written on gravitational anomalies in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I kid you not. Okay? I'm seeing this thing underground being regressed, that it causes distortions in the gravitational field underground and above ground. Now, when you get past this thing, right? This is what happened to me. I don't know if this makes sense. I'm not a physicist, but I'm just going to tell you what happened to me, okay? First, let me tell you what happened to the military when they encountered this. I sensed that the military, when they first encountered this, they were like, ooh, ancient technology. I was messing around with it, tried to turn it on, and something went wrong. And they're like, nope, abandon this. Now, let me tell you something funny about the base in this region. You know, a certain 30,000 of a certain group was brought to the United States after a certain war, right? About 11,000 of them came to that base. You think they knew something? Think they knew something? Watch this, right? So when I was under there, I sensed that they tried to turn it on, a certain paper clip, you know, people who like paper clips, right? A certain group of people that like paper clips and like spots of spinners, black spiders that are underground. You know those people, right?
Back into Joyce.
Yeah. 11,000 of them came to that base. Okay.
That's Fort Bliss.
Yeah, I was trying not to say the
Well, we
base.
can say it. It's not like we're saying what's
You can
there.
do whatever you want.
We got a picture of them we can pull. But yeah,
Yeah.
so they're in possession of it. Okay.
So I
Wow.
think they tried to turn it on. Now, guys, this is where it gets really crazy. I gotta show you guys this. You guys are gonna be like, "Renetta!" Oh my god, don't please tell me I didn't. Hold on. Okay, great. I'm gonna show you guys some crazy stuff. You're gonna be like, Renetta, are you kidding me? So they tried to turn on the black sun. Wait, hold on. Didn't a certain group worship a certain black sun? Am I wrong? The
We're
World
talking
War II people?
like the Black Forest of Germany.
No, the black sun. A certain group.
Well, I mean, there's a castle there where the
No, that's the Black Forest.
well, I know, but there's a castle there that has the black sun symbol.
Okay.
I'll
Now,
tell you, I'm gonna try to find that.
now, what did we see? What did I see when I went underground here, under the mountains? That there was a black sun here. Are you guys ready for this? I'm going to show you how crazy old, how this, you guys are going to be like, Renetta, where the hell did you go? Right? So there's a certain 4-letter word that worship the black sun. 11,000 of them came to this area. Okay. Underground in my regression, I saw a black sun from the Aztecs in this area. That group tried to turn it on. This is what I was sensing when I was under there, right? That group tried to turn it on, and it created so much anomalies, like earthquakes. They were like, this is problems, and they shut it down. And then they sealed it with this electromagnetic fence, right? Now, when I got past that, this is where it gets crazy. All of a sudden, when I stepped past the black sun, this is the gravitational distortions, right? I started to stretch like a rubber band. Okay. That's the symbol. That's the symbol. That's the symbol. That's the symbol. I'm going to show you where that came from.
It's located oh gosh. Welsenberg Castle. So there.
That'll be Velsberg. Westphalia.
Westphalia. Okay. So yeah, there we go. Heinrich.
He looks extra tribal. Anyway, he looks like a tribe member.
He did escape the UK, and he's settled in the Black Mountain area of North Carolina because the climate's very similar.
Oh yeah, Black Mountain, Black Sun. Come on, guys. Black Mountain, Black. He looks very tribe member-ish. Anyway, let's continue. Does he look like a tribe member? So let's continue, right?
Well, he was in charge of the whole paperclip. He was
basically. He's the one that brought 11,000 of them here to that base. But anyway, right? So I got to tell you guys this. You guys can't miss this. You guys got to get this, right? So I stepped past the black sun. All of a sudden, I start stretching. Like I couldn't stop it. Like everything was reality distorted, and I started stretching like a rubber band. Okay, until I stretched to the point where my body changed from material to another. What's the word I'm looking for? Another. I wasn't physical anymore. Okay.
Transmutation.
What's the word?
Etheric.
Yeah, I was dematerialized, but like a field that stretched. Okay. I started then when I stretched to the point where I dematerialized, I was a different being. You could put your hand through me, but you could see me. That's when I was moved. Matter. That's the word I'm looking for. I was moved. I couldn't stop it. I was moved. Okay, so it was some kind of field distortion, but it was some type of travel technology. Okay. Right. So I
Yeah,
was moved.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the word. Like a portal, right? But I didn't go through a portal. I didn't go through a portal. That's what shocked me. That's what shocked me. I literally stepped into a room and it was like a technology used to travel. I ended up under the Guadalupe. Sorry. No, I ended up under the Cristo del Rey. Okay. The Cristo del Rey, you got to see these mountains. At the base of the Cristo del Rey are 4 gigantic lions. The lions are the size of those mountains I showed you at the base of it. When I entered that, that's when I said, oh boy, I'm in the realm of the serpents. So I was using serpent technology to travel because I was taken from what I thought to be where the black sun was. And I'm going to show you something crazy about this black sun, guys. You guys are going to be like, Renata, what? Where were you? Under Cristo del Rey. At the top of Cristo del Rey, this is where it gets crazy, is a giant Christian cross. But under Cristo del Rey is an ancient, that's it. It's an ancient serpent base. And under there is where they keep, okay, go to this side. This side, oh, sorry, the other way. Turn the other way. Okay, yeah, yep, down, okay, yeah, go down. Go right. The other direction. Other direction. Right, yeah, go, yeah, and go down. Down the mountain. Not zoom in. Yeah, if you can go down. Down. Towards the base of that mountain. I have the let me pull the photos for you.
Oh, so you're talking about those crystal rivers.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait!
Because you were trying to find them, but we couldn't figure out where it was.
Oh my goodness! These are the rivers. Oh my god, James!
Well, okay. Oh, sorry. So, out in the desert, a little here in the East Coast, a little tiny creek is called a river. So I just find that kind of to me it seems interesting anyway. But yeah, so it looks. I guess you could call that a river for the desert, right? So
yeah. No. Remember? Oh my god, I forgot about the rivers, James. Oh my goodness, I was trying to find where the hell these rivers are.
Before we celebrate, it's a road. Before we celebrate,
no, that's a road. No, that's a road. That's a river. That's a river. These are ancient rivers. Remember they said there were 3 rivers leading to 10.
Okay, 3 rivers.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Stop right there. You were right where the crouching lions were. You were right where the crouching lions were. Oh, right there. It doesn't show up in this. I gotta show you the picture. Let me pull up the
this photos. Thing here.
Hold on. Let me see.
I'll let you share.
Yeah, it doesn't. No, it doesn't show it there. Yeah, that's Google is foolishness. Google is straight foolishness. These are pictures that I took. Okay, let me find it for you. Crouching lions. Okay, I gotta go far back.
But the Rio Grande.
Oh, here we go.
That could be one of the main rivers. So.
Yeah. You see.
Was it the Pecos?
Okay.
Am I getting that right, guys? My geography. It's been a while. Pecos.
Okay, I'm gonna screen share so you guys can see this, right?
Okay.
Okay, watch this. Okay, you see that? You see the cross at the top? Look at my mouse. Cross at the top.
Yeah.
So we know it's the same mountain, right? Do you see, guys? See the lions? You guys see the crouching lions? They're crouching lions. Yeah. See, 1, 2, 3. You see it? You don't see it, James? Follow my mouse. Okay, follow my mouse, guys. Mouse. Follow the mouse. Head of the lion, he's crouching. 1. Head of the lion, he's crouching. 2. Head of the lion, crouching. 3. You see it? 3 crouching lions.
Like the first one looks like a serpent head.
Yeah. James, remember what happened when I ended up under here? It was the base where the serpents lived, and that's where they took Tsilt Tsilt Lapokaklatl. That's where she's buried. That's where she's kept.
It's interesting because that's where the sacred waters, right? Didn't you say the sacred waters?
I was looking for the sacred waters on the American side. You just
So,
found it, but it makes sense.
but initially it wasn't a serpent base. It wasn't until they came here before they made it a serpent. It was probably a good place because they like to go on ley lines. So, and also you can see they put the Christian cross there, so they're trying to harness
remember
ley
what
line there.
I remember I told you about the
Catholic. It is
Catholic.
an egregor. That whole, to me, it's a cult. But they're very nice people. But
Panthers, cat. Okay, let's say cat. So Dimitri said they look like panthers. Yeah. They do. And that area, that area, the people are known for their ability to run long distances. And they call them the wolf people because the people believe that they're mixed with wolf. And I know the wolf are dogs. I know, a breed, right? But do you guys see the do you guys see the crouching cats? Yes, there's 4 of them. And one of them looked like it got, this one looks like it was destroyed. Okay, this is the serpent mound. This is the base where the stronghold of the serpents. Okay, no, Dollface, no, we didn't say Africa. You didn't say Africa. This is the Americas.
So the top of the mountain could be a snake body. See, it's all curvy.
Yeah. That looks like it was done on purpose. That's the road going up to the mountain. But look at this, right? Look at this. You see the undulation? Very reptilian. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and these lines are the roads going up to the cross. But make no mistake, listen to me. I've been to this area. I've been a mile or 2 out on this area. I am telling you, there's something here. Now, you know what's crazy? Across from Cristo del Rey, right, is Matsian. You know the megalith with the 2 eyes, nose, and the mouth, and the lion? So Matsian is on the left, and this mountain is on the right. The crouching lions. The people in this area call them the crouching. They say it's horses. They call them the horses. But to me, they look like black lions, black cats.
All right.
Right? And this area has mountain lions.
Okay. So Tsilt Tsilt was leader of the civilization.
Yes.
And she resisted the snake people sacrifices, and for a while she held out. But I guess what happened is the living waters of the sacred river didn't go away first, and then is that when she was in trouble?
No, she said to me, and this James brought it back. She said to me, she said, in the days, okay, there were several wars, right? So the final battle that turned this whole region into a desert. She said right before, and this is where, this is the amazing part. Right before it finally turned to a desert, she said her people in this area, they used to communicate with the water. Like water for them wasn't just something you drink. Water for them was it was like a library. It was something like a computer. It was something that stored information. It had a soul. They would talk to it. They didn't just drink water, bathe, wash their clothes, yada, yada, yada. She said when the battle took place and it was with weapons, she said there was weapons that literally burned the surface of the earth. And she told me, she said, listen, you will see signs. She kept telling me, go deep into the desert. She said, look on the mountains. You will see signs of laser burns. Lasers. And we did. I showed you several mountains with lasers, but not just faces. She said, laser burns of an ancient war that took place. She said, why do you think the military, they choose the desert to detonate their nukes and their weapons? She said, because they know they can cover up the fallout from these weapons from the ancient war that took place. There was an ancient war. She said the waters, right before the waters said, we're going underground. She said the battle was raging, and the waters told her people, we must go underground. Listen carefully. Listen carefully, listen carefully, listen carefully, because I think we're here now, and I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you, okay? She said the water told her people 10,000 years ago. She said, we must go underground, because if we stay above ground, we're going to be poisoned, and we can never be drunk from again. She said, and that's when the water went underground. Then she said to me, she said, Rainetta, she said, you will find where 3 rivers meet. She said, 3 ancient rivers. She said, the land was called the land of crystal waters. The land of crystal waters. She said, because the water was so pure that it looked like crystals in the water. The land of crystal waters. And obviously the water was different. It wasn't your regular water that we have today. Okay, it was some kind of living body that they communicated with, and they communicated back. So the water told her, we must leave the surface. Let me tell you the crazy part. We must go underground, because if we stay above ground, they will poison us. Do you know? You want me to tell you something crazy? Do you know the city that I live in is a desert? It is a desert with an ocean of water living under it. And my city provides water to Arizona, New Mexico, the state of Arizona, and the state of New Mexico. Do you know that? And on the surface of my city,
like an aquifer there, or the
no,
water?
no, not aquifer. A ocean of water is under here. Ocean. So much so that it provides water to 2 other desert states.
Well, they say there's a submarine base under Sandia National Labs. That's in Albuquerque. Okay, folks, that's New Mexico. And then supposedly those submarines go all the way over to North Carolina out in the ocean. So
I'll prove it to you. I will prove that you're telling the truth. How about that?
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna prove
before you share your screen, let me do this because I'm tired of looking.
Okay.
So, okay, Sedona, Arizona. So it's basically a giant mining operation. But look at all these laser striations here. I mean, does that look? That's not like I mean, if it's normal erosion, it would not be horizontal like that.
Oh, and I got photos from Sedona that will blow your mind.
I mean, you can see it's all over the place. Look at it. It's all, this whole area's been strip mined to whatever they're trying to mine.
And probably signs of that war.
Interesting. Yeah. So
yeah, because she said the war was the region, the whole area that turned to a desert.
And there's Egyptian pyramids located in the
Grand
Pharaoh area. Would have been probably Sedona would have been a.
Maybe no, I know that for a fact. I have pictures of Pharaoh in Sedona, up to looking out at 2 o'clock at airport lookout. I have the photo of Pharaoh staring at you. I have the photo.
The Mesa, yeah, where
up by the airport.
There's that Mason temple there. I've actually done 2. I've been presented at 2 conferences.
I mean, I have photos of Pharaoh. I have photos of an ancient forest. I'll do an Arizona mountain Akasha after this, because Arizona by itself is a whole other mountain. I have all the pictures, but let's get to this because I got to show you this. You guys got to get this, right? So watch this. So the water goes underground. Then I get told, hey, your region is not what you think it is. There's a giant body of water, an ocean of water under where you live. Now, here's where it gets crazy. So after I come through, James is like, okay, Rainetta, we'll talk later. I go searching for this stuff, okay? Now, let me share my screen. I got to show you guys this, okay? It's going to get really, really interesting, guys. Look at this. So watch this. Black sun. Let me zoom in. Black sun mythology. Now, what did I see under the mountain? I saw a black sun. The black sun in Mesoamerican mythology has many mystical meanings. Among them, it is connected to the god Quetzalcoatl and his penetration in the underworld. Where was I when I saw, guys? Do you remember where I saw the black sun? I saw the black sun in the underworld. I was underground. Watch this. Through the west door. Okay? Matsian. Remember the mountain with Matsian? Matsian was facing where? West. Remember Pharaoh, Akhenaten laying down? Akhenaten was facing where? West, right? Look at this. After his diurnal passage in the sky, for the Mexicas, there were two suns, the young day sun, the ancient dark sun. Some scholars regard the mythological, watch this, black sun as the ancient female origin of all. It is both tomb and womb. Where is Tsilt Tsilt Tapokaklatl? Where's her tomb? Okay. This way, it is oneness that uniformly integrates unawareness, that yada, yada, yada. Hold on. Now, watch this. The Aztecs associated, watch this, the passage of the black sun on its nightly journey through the underworld with the image of a butterfly. James, did you get that?
Yeah, it was what you saw earlier. So that was
remember, that was the first thing I saw, remember? And I kept saying, James, what are these butterflies? You took me too far back.
The image through his nightly journey with the image, the butterfly is the typical symbol of the transcendent soul, transformation and mystical rebirth. Because I guess you just showed up there. So I guess they were showing, yeah.
Go ahead.
Whereas also seen in the figure of the frightening earth goddess, oh my gosh.
Papa the obsidian butterfly.
That devoured people. So that doesn't sound like a good one though.
No, that's not a good one. But the obsidian butterfly. But I didn't see an obsidian butterfly. I kept seeing butterflies. I was like, James, you took me too far back. Why am I only seeing giant butterflies, right?
And then you popped into the future. Well, from that perspective, which is our deep past, and that's when you were there when Tsilt Tsilt, she had her the peak of her civilization, and she's got the crystal waters was irrigating the land in this whole area, a land of milk and honey, I guess you could say.
Okay, just remember something. I want you guys to focus on something. Watch this. It said the passage, the black sun is an underground passage, a gate for Quetzalcoatl to come through to the west. Let's say this again.
And you said Quetzalcoatl, he was good. He was a good guy.
Quetzalcoatl was good. His brother Tezcatlipoca was the evil one. So it's Enlil and Enki all over again, fighting all over the planet.
Well, how about this? How about we go back? We'll take you back to that black sun thing, and we're gonna try to. We'll either take you back in time.
No. I gotta tell you what it's about. I gotta drop it on you. I gotta drop it on you. Okay, JJ is Mexica, and today is the Aztec New Year. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. They want me to tell you this, guys. They want me to tell you this. You guys, you gotta get ready for this. You gotta get ready. Okay, I gotta calm down. Calm down. Okay. JJ is Mexica, and today's the Aztec New Year. I'm telling you, they want me to give you guys this information. Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
Quetzalcoatl travels through the black sun. Quetzalcoatl did battle with his brother to stop blood sacrifice. Is that correct? Isn't that what we learned? JJ, is that correct? Quetzalcoatl did battle with his brother, Tezcatlipoca, because Tezcatlipoca wanted to bring the earth under blood sacrifice. Enlil, Enki, Yahweh, what's his name? Ra and Apophis. Let's get to Ra and Apophis. Watch this. Quetzalcoatl, he goes underground into the underworld. He travels west. He uses the black sun to travel. Okay? Ra, listen. Ra leaves the east. Ra goes to the underworld. He takes the boat. He travels west. He goes through a gate, travels west. Okay? In the west, Ra battles Apophis. In the west, Quetzalcoatl battle Tezcatlipoca. Ask me, Rainetta, why is this important? Today, on the Aztec New Year. Why is this important? Why is this important? Today that we're doing this, and today happens to be the Aztec New Year. You ready? You want to know why it's important? April 8th.
Oh.
What's going to happen April 8th?
I think maybe ET first contact.
Try again. What's happening April 8th? Come on.
The Zara. We're going to go to the...
Okay, no. What's happening in the skies? And it's going to land in Texas. It's going to pass through Texas.
The cloaking generator. Oh, wait. The frequency of planets going to raise so high, the cloaking generators...
Let's try again. The eclipse. What is
the
eclipse?
Oh, my God. That's right.
The eclipse is the black sun.
Thank you. The eclipse.
People, you guys who get it. The eclipse is the black sun. It's the gate that Ra comes through. It's the gate that Quetzalcoatl comes through. It's the black sun. Which means, and look at it, it's coming all the way down. And it's coming down to the western, not far west, but the western part, and then it's stopping where? Passing through Mexico. People, the eclipse is a black sun. What did Quetzalcoatl use to open the gate? He used the black sun. The black sun, you can go look this up. The black sun is called the gate that Quetzalcoatl uses to come through. People, the battle has not ended over the human race to stop those who brought the human race under blood sacrifice. The battle has never ended fighting for the human race. I believe, because the ancient Egyptians said that Ra moves through the black sun. And he fights Apophis in the west. Quetzalcoatl fights Tezcatlipoca in the west. And they both use a black sun with which they come through. I think what's coming on the 8th, and I want to tell you something. You ready for this? A certain tribe. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. You are Anthony. Anthony. He got it. He got it. He got it. He got it. A certain tribe. Okay, you ready for this? So April 8th, the black sun is going to appear. The black sun is the gate through which Ra comes through, where they battled, where Ra battled Apophis in the underworld, where Quetzalcoatl battled Tezcatlipoca to bring an end to the blood sacrifice, right? Ask me, say, Rainetta, what's April 10th? What's April 10th?
Oh, gosh. Has something maybe to do with the Hopi?
April 10th is when a certain tribe claimed they left Egypt. Okay, let me.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Let's put it this way.
No, it's not Dogon tribe, Dimitri.
No. It's right here. Right here.
Land of Israel. Oh, I know that.
Okay. When a certain group,
2
2 days later, 2 days after the black sun shows up, 2 days after the black sun shows up and the portal opens, a certain group claimed, watch this, the 10th of Nisan. When is Nisan? When is the month of Nisan? I think I'm making this up. The month of Nisan is the month of April. Look. Okay? 2 days later, look at this, so I can show you. Okay, month of Nisan. Ah, the bastards changed it to April 9th. They're lying. It's April 10th. Month of Nisan, April, April 10th. They changed it.
It's all
Huh?
pretty. It's all. Oh wait.
Okay, right here. You see these bastards? Okay.
Maybe it goes between the April 9th.
No, they're lying. They changed that because I busted them on this. It says here the 10th of Nisan.
Well, that's the 10th of the Hebrew month, not the 10th. The 10th day of Nisan.
I'm telling you, it's the 10th of April. Listen, brother, it's Google. Google lies.
Well,
they change stuff all the time.
Well, is that look? Well, okay.
Listen,
but we believe.
Look.
Okay. I know, but you could.
I'm telling you, they change stuff all the time. I actually did a newsletter on this. Okay, so they went back and changed it. Every time you bust them, they go and they change stuff. I'm telling you, to cover it. 10th month of Nisan. The 10th of Nisan is April 10th. Okay, now they change it to the 9th. Doesn't matter. But now watch this. They claim these entities.
What if it was the leap year thing kind of messed everything up?
Okay, all right, that's fine. Whatever. Here's the point. You don't find it strange that a major solar anomaly shows up on the 8th, and then a certain tribe who claims this is, whatever, say that on the 9th, they did a mass exodus out of Egypt. You don't think that's strange? You guys don't think that's strange?
Well, if you look at that picture to the right, Joshua leading across the Jordan River on the 10th of Nisan. So it's got to be the 10th somewhere.
I'm telling you, it's the 10th. Google is useless. Okay, that's why I don't use them. It's the 10th of April. I made a video on it. So they went back and they said, no, it's the 9th. Okay, no, it's the 10th.
Okay, well,
they do stuff like that all the time.
Valdes and I, we think it has something to do with the leap year, but
yeah, that's
anyway,
okay.
But it's going to be
all right. For the sake of, let's say it's the 9th. Okay, let's say it's the 9th. Okay, let's say it's the 9th. Bastards, because they're lying. Let's say it's the 9th, right? You don't think it's strange that a major solar anomaly in ancient history before this entity known as Yahweh showed up, and Yahweh is the one, whether people like it or not, Yahweh is the one who brought blood sacrifice to the earth.
According to the Phoenix journals, Yahweh it was made up by like the Pharisees. It's just the sound a donkey makes, and they were just making fun of them, but making fun of people that believe it. But it's Jehovah that does the blood sacrifice, because it's
Jehovah.
I was reading a book about this, like the Cain and Abel, and what was it? Which one sacrificed meat? Yeah, so the way that it was Abel. So the way the description works is almost like God was aroused. The smell of flesh, burning flesh, aroused.
Yes.
It's
not God.
It is not. Yeah, it's not the same God that a positive being. I think it's Draco.
It's not. It's a Draco. It's a Draco. But the point is, whether you call him Yahweh, Jehovah, whatever, Jehovah, Yahweh is the one who brought the blood sacrifice. Guys, this is the message and we're done. There has been a battle on this planet to put an end to the blood sacrifice. The message I was given to give to the world is tell the world this. The age of blood sacrifice is over.
Absolutely.
It's
and
over.
Renetta,
It's done.
Renetta, on the Crystal Del Rey, you have the Jesus Christ on the cross. He's being sacrificed.
Yeah.
And that whole thing, I mean, it's not, Jesus didn't die to save our sins. Jesus died because the priest class murdered him.
Yeah.
And then they
sold
made
him
a
out to
whole
Rome
out of it to make you think that you need to worship blood, the blood,
Yes.
doing the sacraments and all that.
And there was a war. There were wars before that. There's been wars. And this is what the ancients are telling me. Rainetta, we have been fighting to bring an end to the blood sacrifice on this planet. And tell the people, this is the message they gave me to give to the people. Tell the people, this is the last battle. We're bringing an end to the blood sacrifice. Now, they said, choose. Will you choose blood or will you choose water? What will you choose? What will you choose? Will you choose blood or will you choose water? Choose which way you will go. One kills, one purifies. One is clean, one is impure. One elevates, one washes, one makes dirty. Okay? When you get contaminated with blood, what happens? Okay? So the message the ancient gave me was this. Tell the human race, this time we're ending the blood sacrifice once and for all on this planet.
Yay. Thank you.
Okay? And, but you have to make a choice, people. We have to make a choice. And the last message is this. The human race was put here collectively to elevate. Okay? Meaning ascend. Okay? We will not ascend shedding blood.
Yeah. Up LDN, I think that's more of a drug that rhymes with a popular Google browser that they were trying to get higher states of consciousness, which, yeah. But let's go to, let's go through some of our notes here. So you covered that. So here's some messages to humanity. So Tsilt, gosh, did I get it? Tsilt.
Sleep. Like sleep. Like sleep.
Okay. Sleet says we have to wake, humanity in general needs to wake up, not general, but all of us, we need to wake up the shapeshifters among you. After they get the DNA, they will do an extermination. Then they alter the species.
Yeah.
They shrunk my people. So if you go out in the desert, so that's us. We're like wasn't. We'll get.
We're the shrunken ones.
Go out in the desert. And by the way, in the Bible it talks about people living for 1,000 years or 1,200 years. Yeah. So Kusal did a reading on that. He said it was a virus, so our DNA has been purposely damaged. So that way, we spend just enough time to be a slave, but not enough time to gain enough knowledge in order to ascend.
The blood sacrifice.
Okay. Go out in the desert and you will find the bones of the giants all over the desert. You will see signs of lasers. Look at the rocks on the mountains. And Tsilt also said there's a nuclear reactor near where the tributaries meet. It's in the utmost northern part of the Franklin Mountains.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
I'm all ears. I'm looking for the articles. By the way, sorry, just to show you how useless Google is, I found the articles of the giants in this area, went back to find the newspaper clippings, can't find them.
Maybe try Internet Wayback Machine because I find that super helpful.
Okay, I found it. I have it here. So it's El Paso Times, 2nd of July, 1978. Old prints defy evolutionists, and it's giants in this area. Yep. So go ahead. Share your screen? You guys want to see it? I mean, you can't read it. It's so tiny.
Oh, okay. Well, just give us a general gist of what's it about.
basically they found a giant footprint out in this area, and then there was a bunch of other clippings. I don't know where those disappeared to, about the giants they found in parts of Texas and mainly New Mexico. So the area was covered with giants, which means Tsilt Tsilt was telling the truth. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, wow. Yeah, certainly. And these giants are not just 12-foot tall, where they say they got like double rows of teeth and they have red hair and they're cannibals and they hunted the Native Americans. But these giants, well, predates
what the mountain said. What the mountain said is exactly what they're doing to us.
They changed their DNA and they made them cannibals, and then they're going to try to do. That's why I have to be very careful.
That's why we're so violent.
There was a medical procedure done to humanity where some people actively agreed to participate, and so unfortunately, that's where the Greys, and going down 1,000 years from now, they mutate and become the Greys. But
precisely,
it creates a huge problem because in the future, people will say, well, you weren't really supposed to exist. You're a mistake. And then they say, well, we want our own sovereignty. We're our own species. And it creates war and problems. But, we'll deal with that 1,200
Sandra,
years.
I'm sorry, Sandra, I have to address Sandra.
Oh,
Sandra,
yeah.
I will never disrespect your religion, okay? No one is dying for your sins. If you rob a bank, I can't come and die for you robbing a bank. Worst of all, he didn't die for your sins. According to the book, he was murdered, and he was murdered by the religious establishment who set him up to be murdered by the state. So he didn't die for anyone's sins. According to how they wrote the book, he was a murder victim. Number two, if you rob a bank, I can't die to correct that. You have to make restitution for the wrongs you've done. You have to go to the people. Absolutely. You have to go to the people and say, I did this and I want to correct it. And I will show you the story in your Bible where there was a tax collector and he was robbing the people of taxes. This is in your Bible. He was robbing the people of taxes. And when he saw Jesus, okay, he said, listen, I am going to pay back everybody I robbed if I rob them. And then Jesus turned and said, I'm going to dine at your house tonight, because he understood the kingdom of God. No one's dying for your sins. That's a lie. You do evil, you got to correct it. And this is why this blood sacrifice has to come to an end. All right? Think about that. Go ahead.
Right. Well, there's
and the God of Israel, I'm sorry, the God of Israel, let me show you something, okay? I want you to look at this objectively and tell me if this is holy. I'm being serious. I'm not here to insult you, but I want you to look at this and tell me if this is holy. Okay? Really and truly. Okay.
So we'll do a 3-hour special session tonight. We got some more.
No, we're done. We're done. I just
I've got some more stuff to share too, because I wanted to go through our notes. We still got few more things.
I'm almost done. I want them to start thinking about what these people put into that book. So this is what's in your book, okay? This is the God of Israel. I want you to look at this. I want you to think for a second, because this is what this blood sacrifice has done to the human race. So this is Yahweh or Jehovah or Yahvavava directing his priests. This is what's coming. This is what they want to erect. Tell me if this is holy. But ye shall wash the inwards. So the inwards is the organs of the animal. So after you cut the animal's neck and the blood starts splattering all over the place, this is the reality. You cut the neck, the blood starts going everywhere. Okay? He said, now, gut the animal. So you gut the animal from here all the way down to the belly button. The inwards, that's the intestines, falls out. I'm telling you what takes place, people. The priests have to go pick up the intestines, take the intestines, wash it with water with the legs. Listen, have you ever smell intestines? Have you ever smelled intestines sitting in the hot sun? I want you to understand this and tell me if this is the creator of the universe.
It's certainly not a sweet savor.
Okay, thank you. So the intestine falls out. The priest goes with blood splattering everywhere. The
It
priest
would
has
be
to
to a
fetch the
Draco.
blood. Okay, thank you. The blood is going everywhere. Now you got to take the animal and then drain the blood in a basin. Dollface, let me finish. Let me finish. Drain this blood in a basin. Have you ever smelled blood? Have you ever smelled blood? Okay. Have you ever smelled intestines? Okay. You take the intestines and then you put it on an altar and then you burn this with fire. And this is sweet. Let me ask you an honest question, Dollface. Let me ask you an honest question, Sandra. The creator of the universe, the one who created animals, did the creator of the universe create animals to be treated like this?
I can respond to that.
Go ahead. Go for it.
So when I was interviewing Jay Essex, I would ask him the same question. And his perspective is the higher level dimensions, it's almost like this whole reality that we live in is like a matrix where they're just experimenting. And there's millions of different other ones. And they're all trying to see what's going to happen. Because think of it like this way. If you're an omnipotent being and you're getting bored with reality, then you're going to create all these things and just for fun. And the people in the higher dimensions really don't care about us down here. Is kind of what Jay was saying. And that's essentially, it's like what he described was people going out, a bunch of rich people going out on a boat and they're all drinking and you know, everybody else is drowning in a lake. That's kind of like what these higher beings, they just don't care about these lower dimensions. And there's a lot of what we call arrogance and yeah, they just look down on us. And then we're also, our energies are being harvested. Just this whole reality is based on trauma. I'm sorry, not just trauma, but abuse. And then because when you're abused, your soul grows, and then there's more souls to worship Father God. And so what that's what Jay was describing it. So this whole thing where, you know, sometimes I hear people in the New Age community talk about, oh, we came here to learn and to go through all these dramas and traumas to learn. But the thing is the trauma has become so bad that people don't even recognize it, that it's not good. We don't need it.
Thank you. After doing something over and over and over and over and over, all you got to do is just stick God on it. And if you stick God on it long enough, people will excuse anything. I'm going to ask this question again objectively. I don't care what anyone says to me. I don't give a damn. You are not convincing me. The creator of the universe is going to sit back and tell people to slit the throat of an animal. Tell a holy people to practice something Satanists do. When Satanists sacrifice an animal, they slit the throat the same way the people who wrote that book slit the animal. When the people of that book drain the animal's blood into a basin, the Satanists drain the animal's blood into a basin. When the priest got the animal onto a holy God Yahweh, the Satanists got the animal onto Lucifer the exact same way. When the priests of Yahweh wash the organs, the Satanists wash the organs the exact same way. When the priests of Yahweh burn the organs on an altar, the priests of Satan and Lucifer burn the organs on an altar the exact same way. How are you telling me that a holy God and Satanists practice the exact same animal sacrifice? And you're telling me it's holy? No, honey, you're brainwashed.
it's also just this whole reality. I mean, it just was, like I said, it was an experiment. And in other realities, like these fairy realms and elemental realms, a little thimble full of honey is all the food you need for a whole month. But here in this reality, we're forced to eat 3 times, a day, or some people don't do that, but ideally, and then you're constantly, it's just we quickly go through what they call it, senescence. Senescence is where your body is basically falling apart slowly. It takes time, and then you enter the grave. So yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Let me correct halal food. Okay. Halal food, because whenever you challenge Christians on that Old Testament and the practice, they always say, "Oh, no, but halal food." Okay. First of all, when they kill the animal, and this is when I know someone who does, I'm not Muslim, by the way, so I'm not defending Islam. Okay. They say when we kill the animal, we have to kill the animal in the most humane way as possible. Okay. Killing an animal for food is not the same as killing an animal to a god. Let me show you what I mean. You kill an animal for food, you die, bugs eat you. That's called the cycle of life. Halal meat, and I'm not Muslim, says we have to kill the animal in the fastest, most humane way as possible. Okay? Which is way better than putting the animals one on top of each other in these mass cages where they're pooping and vomiting on top of each other. It's actually very clean, but that's for food. I am not talking about killing animals for food. I am talking about killing animals for your sins. I am talking about killing animals for the so-called creator of the planet.
How would you respond to Sandra says Jesus ended blood sacrifice? I don't think she's comprehending the point that we should never have the blood sacrifice to begin with.
Jesus was a blood sacrifice. Okay. He was a blood sacrifice, even though we know that, well, I don't believe he actually died, but he was a blood sacrifice, my dear. He didn't end it. They turned him into a blood sacrifice. You don't believe me? If he wasn't turned into a blood sacrifice, why is it that every Sunday they have you drinking his blood and eating his flesh, people? This is how bad this blood sacrifice is.
It's all part of the programming that egregor that it feeds into. So I guess that's the issue is the belief that a blood sacrifice is necessary to perfect yourself or save yourself for sins, but you're technically you were saved when you were first created out of the ovoid hundreds of trillions of years, depends how old you are, of course, but so yeah, essentially you reproduce. So just try to be a good person and
try to listen.
Be a good person. Don't try. Just be
when you die, bugs eat you. You eating bugs for sustenance, bugs eat you when you die. That's called cycle of life. What is not the cycle of life? Is killing animals and taking the organs and saying, here, I committed sin. Here is an innocent animal. Here is its organs. I burnt it. You love the smell. You eat it, and now pardon my sins. Madness. Madness, people. Madness.
Okay. Well, I like what Up LDN says. So let's just quickly, I got some more things here.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
So, all right. So let's see what else they will. So Tsilt Tsilt says they will turn your race into dust. So it says here, the serpents did this to them.
Yes.
And
they turned them to rock, and they're going to turn us to dust if we don't wake up.
Even Jesus said the rocks will cry out. This is the time when the rocks will share their stories. The giants were not evil. I guess their species, it was just the cannibals that came after them, which were experimental.
Because that was gene editing, like what they're doing now.
Yeah, when they tampered.
With the gene editing now, people are becoming back to this blood sacrifice. The gene editing, people are becoming violent. Why, people? Because it's that damn blood sacrifice. The blood, the shedding of blood changes the person's vibration and lowers their guard to violence, people. This is how far we've fallen when people cannot see that killing an animal as a sacrifice to God is evil. And I have to sit here and tell
Yeah.
you,
Well,
nothing good could come out of this.
So Satanists believe that if you, they do, would sacrifice an animal or a blood sacrifice, and a demon would come out of a portal and
Yeah.
provide their bloodline families information
Yes.
that would help their legacies. But the problem is the bigger of the more the more evil of more powerful of a demon would require a human or even your own child. So it's really the whole. Oh God, let's go back to this. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So she said that there were 3 battles with the serpents in the area, and eventually the last one they won. They captured her, and they killed her slowly. I think she said here. Let's see what else. There's other things. They had a tuber root that resembled a sweet potato. They converted
a tuber root. And I'm wondering if it's yucca. Yucca, which is cassava.
Well, but I mean,
that's
if it was
a tube.
Then, yeah. I mean, maybe there was.
I mean, it doesn't look like a sweet potato, but it's a tube.
Okay. This area used to be called the Land of the Crystal Waters. She doesn't understand the name of Texas. There are 3 main tributaries. They look like a claw. The water looked like crystal. This was before the major war.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about that.
Here, the people are shorter now due to genetic tampering and starvation.
Yes. And that's what, sorry. She said that's what they're going to do to us if we don't wake up and realize that this blood covenant is coming to an end. And this is their desperate attempt to keep this blood covenant going. She said they're going to laser you guys into dust. Okay, and shrink the rest of you.
Okay, let's see. The sand will tell you what happened. The sand in this area was all desert, but this used to be more green. The water in these rivers were alive. And the land of the crystal rivers. You will find crystals and jewels.
Yes.
And these 3 tributaries. And they had a deep connection with this living water. The water left a gift. When the water left, the trees started to die.
Yes, and everything died. Oh, sorry, I almost forgot. So one of the things when I first came here, I kept seeing water in the desert, water in the desert, water in the desert. And after I was given this revelation, okay, it hit me that there's coming a time when the waters are going to come back above ground and green this whole area. So I'm wondering if a pole flip is coming. And this is going to be the only place to live. I wonder if that's what they're telling me. Because remember what the waters told Tsilt Tsilt. We have to leave now, okay? Because otherwise we'll be undrinkable. But the time is coming when we will come back to the surface. People, we have to get rid of this damn blood covenant. We have to challenge it. Shedding blood is wrong. Go ahead.
Thank you for that. So I think the only thing left here in my notes, you said the military sealed off that facility.
Yeah.
Because I think they went in there and tried to get some of that gold, that high density gold from that. Yeah. So I don't know. I can imagine how they did it, but I guess they figured out.
Yeah, they tried to, from what I gathered, they tried to tamper with that black sun. Okay. And I wonder if they brought in the, the 4-letter, the Svatsa Spina, the black spider people. I wonder if they brought in the black spider people, the Nazis, to this area to activate that black sun, and then it caused like a whole bunch of problems, and then they were like, shit, shut this down.
Yeah, but you said they extracted the technology, and it was like it seemed like we could divine it being cursed or something, because it was just dangerous to be around, because it was like another density.
Because remember the gravitational anomalies, tampering with this weapon, this gate. So here's what I think. I think that gate has a set time to open. I think the gate is going to open on the 8th. Yeah, the 8th of next month, which is what is written in the Mayan calendar. The black sun is what Quetzalcoatl uses to travel to the underworld. And that's where Ra fights Apophis in the underworld. And funny enough, the next day, a certain tribe runs out of Egypt. Listen, guys, there's a battle going on. There's a battle going on underground. And I'm going to wrap it up with this. There's a battle going on. And I'm not here to preach to anyone. Your religion is your religion. You find your religion sacred. Okay? But people, we got to wake up. No creator of the universe is going to tell you, bring an animal's guts so I can sniff it. And that's holy. You sin, you rob the bank, bring me an animal's guts so I can sniff it and I will pardon your sins. It's
Thank
just
you.
not happening.
Somebody up to answer this question, yeah. So the Ananabara was working very hard, diligently, and going to Tibet. And it wouldn't surprise me because the Vatican sent a lot of their agents to the New World, when it was still, the natives still alive. And at that point, they found evidences of advanced technology, and they would have brought it back. So they weren't really looking, the conquistadors weren't really looking for gold. They were looking for technology mostly. Yes. And so that would have gone back to the Vatican. So they already knew a lot of this through the Masons and so on, other secret societies. But
I respect Jesus too, but I just don't believe the Nancy story they gave us. I'm sorry. Dollface, I respect Jesus, but I do not believe that what's in that Old Testament is really what was written in those ancient texts. No way.
Thank you, Dollface. Hey, go check out the Talmud of Emmanuel. It was a book found, I think it was back in the 1970s by a Jewish priest in Israel. It actually is the book of Matthew before Emperor, was it Constantine? Changed the text and deleted all the evidence of aliens and reincarnation. So that's the Talmud Emmanuel.
And the Qumran scrolls. When they compared the Qumran scrolls to the modern day Bible, they said there were 29,000 errors. Which means, listen, if I hand in a paper, thesis, 29,000 errors. The Qumran scroll are the oldest texts, okay, the oldest Old Testament texts, okay? And this was found in Qumran caves. When they compared that to the modern Bible, which they gave us, they said there were 29,000 errors. If I am writing a thesis, a doctoral thesis, with 29,000 errors, you think I'm going to get my doctorate? Think about what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
and one of the errors
of history.
Thank you.
But so I guess the last thing that's on my mind, I wanted to mention this, is that these pharaohs that took everything over, these snake people, they're still alive. And some of these pharaohs, one of my sources is telling me that one of them lives in the Cheyenne Mountain Complex.
Yes, you're telling the truth. I know that for a fact. Because they
took
me there.
In order to have an audience with this pharaoh, you need to be either a tranny or gay or bi or whatever.
I'm not a tranny. I'm not gay, and I was taken to
that's
a
why
meeting.
A lot of Hollywood elites are like, Will Smith is actually a woman, that kind of thing. Catherine Zeta-Jones is actually a man, and we can go on and on.
Okay, I can tell you this. I am not a tranny. I'm not a tranny. When I was living close to a certain base in North Carolina, Fort Bragg, I was taken to meet, and I knew he was very high ranking, and I sensed he was high ranking in the cosmos. Okay, I was taken to a meeting of 7 reptilians, and there were 8 of them, but the 8th one did not turn around. He did not let me see his face, and that's when I said, "You're the highest ranking of all," and that was under the Cheyenne Mountain. God is my witness, that happened to me, and they were letting me know, if you join the military, we're going to take you, we're going to put you underground, and they'll never see you on the surface again. So I ran away. I was like, hell no, you people are trying to kidnap me. But yes, I can tell you there's a pharaoh under there. But remember what Tsilt Tsilt said, and we'll wrap it up. She said, the real Egyptians came. Then came the shapeshifters, and we thought they were Egyptians. We had sex with them, we interbred with them until they brought this blood sacrifice. That's when we realized, oh shit, it's not the same people. And when we tried to stomp it out, like, we don't do the blood sacrifice, They killed her. Now, funny enough, West Texas is known for what? Their cattle industry.
Okay. Thank you for that. So I wanted to, last thing.
Yeah.
Rainetta, just try to let me finish my sentence.
I'm so sorry, James. Go ahead, my dear. I'm sorry.
So these pharaohs, let's see, we had Raw Cloud. He did a show about this. I was talking to him about it. He looked into it, did a show. So what he said is that initially during, I don't know if it was Atlantis or one of these antediluvial civilizations, there was a priest class that wanted to, typically a priest class would need to elevate themselves in a more spiritual manner to have more powers and abilities to be a leader. But what they decided to do was dumb everybody else down, so that way they don't have to do any work. They just make everybody else dumb down. And so these souls became, during the Luciferian revolt, that would have become the archons. So these pharaohs, that did that, are basically souls. Anyway, so that's my last statement. So,
James, I'm so sorry. I wasn't trying to cut you off, my brother. Go ahead.
That's okay. It's okay. But we finally got through everything. That's what's important. And I guess final comments. Rainetta?
Yeah. So what I want to do is, the rocks are waking up. The rocks are crying out. The rocks are beginning to speak, which Jesus said would happen. Okay. And next year, I would like to do an excursion called the Rockumentary. And I want to take people, bring them here, and bring them to these ancient sacred sites. And on the last day, we're going to go to where that ancient battle took place, deep in the West Texas desert, to go visit that pyramid mountain, which looks like a giant pyramid, where Pharaoh and this serpent god were battling, and the serpent cut him up. Right? So I want you guys to think about that, because from now on, this is what I'm going to be pushing. That excursion coming next fall. Not Rockwell, Texas. I call it the Rockumentary. The rocks are crying out.
And that's where you find the Akasha, the Rock Akasha.
The Rock Akasha.
Which is what you're doing, where you're tuning into the rocks and sharing the stories.
And you're sharing the stories. People, I think anyone can do it. If you guys are seeing them, I think if you sit quietly, they'll begin to speak to you. And the message they're telling people is simply this: what they did to us, they will do to you. Wake the hell up and abandon this damn blood sacrifice, people. Okay.
All right, let's call it.
We're
just under the 3-hour mark, so this is a good place to stop.
This is fun.
If you want to learn more about the work I do, you can go to supersoldiertalk.com. There's links to go over to my website, Neurological Tech, and you can purchase a copy of my book. So, and then we also have a meditation cube back here to help you relax. So they have pyramids inside of them. They're based on the same ratio, the golden ratio, the pyramids of Cheops. And there's orgone material inside the pyramids, and I also put the crystals. There's a crystal sphere with this one. The skullum has quartz crystal spheres. So you put that in your lap and help meditate with it.
Meditate.
Also, click on the link to come check the alchemy event out. You can come see me in person. I'm only going to bring a small limited amount of books, but I'll sign a copy of the book for you. So, and that's in Los Angeles on April 11th to 14th, and the link's in the description. So, Rainetta, any links? I guess I put a link to your YouTube channel.
Yeah, whenever I do a live, I'm still in the information field. Okay. And that's something I'm going to teach you guys, not to talk more than James, but he wrapped it up. But yeah, YouTube, when I make a live, I make a live. Okay. But the thing I'm going to focus on now, I already told you guys, love you guys. And I'll be back on, and I'll be promoting this excursion. Love you guys. James, love you. Let me give you your flowers.
All right. I like that idea. Certainly. We'll do something. I plan on coming to that thing, so you'll also be able to meet me at Rainetta's event once you get all the details set in stone.
Yeah. It's set in stone.
Oh, that's an interesting pun.
That's where it came from. Oh my God! Now you got me thinking. Okay, I gotta go to bed, guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you, James.
I love you all
Love
too.
each other.
Yeah.
Love each other.
Okay,
Love
listeners.
each other. Stop shedding blood. Love each other. Bye.
Please consider supporting Super Soldier Talk by purchasing your own Neo Meditation device. Your Neo Meditation device will help you reduce stress, integrate trauma, enhance intuition, enhance clairvoyance, and enhance creativity. Get yours now at www.neologicaltech.com.